All right. So, also, yeah, it might sound a little bit weird because I am at my parents' house, far from my usual setup. But to put it in perspective, I mean, not a super lot to recap because most of our struggles were in battle last time. But currently, we're engaged in battle deep below the planet, only a few feet above, vertically, above the particle accelerator that is being powered by the shadow plane. Kaon Reese himself keeps trying to insist that pain is the only way forward and that you all should understand that. On the way into this fight, Flack, you got injected with a mind control microchip, causing you to turn on the party, but you managed to fight it off, and everyone is in their own right mind again. That being said, you guys have been hit by some pretty powerful effects. Currently, MK and one of his two helpers basically have a chance to like just do nothing a turn, percentage chance. Yeah, he did some big shots in the party. Apart from that, you guys cleared out the rest of the facility. You found, this whole place sucks. They were literally going to kill rabbits for, energy to power a device. Very inefficient, but very evil. You guys have successfully stopped the Penumbra app from having its signal go out to Kuvakara and the larger, planet Verces as a whole, which is extremely good. And you also left, what was it, Flack, were you the one left a bomb in there in case someone tries to repair it?
That sounds like something I do, yeah.
Yeah, that tracks. That does sound like something you do. So I'm pretty sure wired to, if they go in for repairs, in the actual tower of the computer, it's basically just a pull cord. If you try to take it off, it pulls the pin, and will go off. But that hasn't happened yet, or maybe it has. We're a billion feet below ground. Who even knows? That's pretty much the highlights there. Does anyone have any questions before we get back into the fight with Reese?
I have a question about damage that we've been doing here. Did we learn anything about them being susceptible to anything in particular, or not?
You, I think, had learned that the Umbral disciples, the two women with him, are they have some resistance to cold. Apart from that, that's pretty much their only resistance. Additionally, I believe you guys looked over Kaon, but you don't see a lot going on in terms of weaknesses. I would say on people's turns, they want to make another. I guess it would be a perception check on them as we go through. In terms of health, one of the women's been slightly wounded. This one's pretty much at full health. Kaon, on the other hand, has taken some hits here. Not bloodied or anything, but you guys have definitely hit him a few different times. Getting close to bloodied. And then positioning-wise, Koss and Reese and this woman are up on the balcony right now, I believe. And then Zashi, you are below the balcony, below this woman. Flack, you're over on ground level as well, and so is MK. So just to delineate, I'm going to draw a quick rectangle so we know where the boundaries of the platform are. So this is the walkway as it stands. All right. But that being said, let's get into it. Zashi, top of the order, it is your turn. There's people on the metal walkway above you. There's one next to you. What's the move here?
So I thought I was up on the walkway because I was just hacking away at...
Oh, it might have been reversed. I think the token has gone on top because of turn order shenanigans.
Okay, yeah.
Let me put... So it should be... She's at the back. Yes. Okay, no, that makes sense because I remember the two rushed Flack. So you're next to Kaon. And currently, does he have any left? He's got 2 doubles left as a refresher from some mirror image shenanigans. So if it hits, 1 in 3 chance that it works.
Okay. Well, let's take that chance. And oh, all my things moved. Sorry.
Alright, it's been a hot second.
Sorry. Okay, there we go.
Alright, yeah, you ignite the Doshko, boom, slice towards him. 20 on the EAC. You're also flanking, so that goes up to 22. 22 will hit. So go ahead and roll a /R 1d3. On a 1, you're hitting him. On another one, you destroy a double.
Forgot this.
Gotta refresh the page really quick, I just realized. Alright, so that is one of his doubles destroyed. He only has 1 left.
Okay.
Alright, in that case, we're gonna go back to Reese. You guys he's already used up all his biggest level spells. From earlier in the fight. And you guys are right next to him. It's not great. Let's see, what's he gonna do? He's got a few level 3 spells left.
Scrub.
Okay. This is wildly inefficient of him. But, well, actually, he could get the diagonal. Yeah, he's going to try to destroy the platform as well. You see, more Technomancer lines appear in the air. He holds up his burner phone. It begins to crackle with electricity, and he tosses it, trying to get a beam of electricity to go down through Zashi to Flak at an angle. He will catch one of his people in the blast, though. So that means everyone is going to roll, or I guess just Flak and Zashi are rolling reflex saves. And I need to get my dice out, actually. Had my dice in my backpack. Flak, that is bad for you, man. What is that on the dice? A 2? Yeah. Okay. Flak, you have evasion, but you failed, so you still take half. Zashi, you pass and also take half. So, let's roll those numbers. Okay, the max is, he rolled a 39, so both of you halved are going to take 20 electricity damage. And as for his helper that was in the line of that, she's actually going to get a nat 1 and fail, so she takes full. So I'm kind of just keeping her below you, Zashi, just so I can see the token. But yeah, you guys see she takes the full 39. Then I want to see, is that enough damage? Zashi, is not enough damage that it is currently broken, but you can feel the metal walkway is like creaking under your feet after that blast. Alright, with that in mind, it's going to be Koss, as Kaon just kind of laughs and he's like, you should have listened! Dr. Gigant will show you the way! What do you think, Koss? What's the play here?
I was gonna be witty, but I'll wait to see if I hit first, and then be witty.
What are you doing? Wait,
Oh, did I cut out again?
Say that again? I didn't understand.
I'll just attack twice with my sword.
Okay.
Here you go.
Cool. Alright, double attack. You're going in with the plasma sword. First one Even with flanking is a miss. Second one is a hit, however. Go ahead and roll 50-50 shot, D2. Oh, actually, never mind, because you attacked your first one with flanking is within 5, which auto-destroys the double. So the next one automatically connects. Boom, one hologram disappears, and then boom, on the back slice, you'll take him for 14. Kaon is now bloodied. Flack. That is you. So you have 2 of his helpers in front of you. And then Kaon is still up by your friends.
Yeah, so I'm going to I'm going to trick attack the one that the one in front of me that she has the most damage. The one I guess kind of below now.
Yeah, the one that's below Zashi. She's definitely has the most damage.
Yeah,
and that is plenty for the stealth attack.
I'm going to hit her with this elite semi-auto pistol.
Oh, crack, crack, crack. Pistol goes off.
Oh, tell me 15 hits.
15, I do not think is gonna hit, my guy. I will double check though. Where's my pistol noise? There it is. Okay. That is not going to hit. You see she ducks under it, and again they have those weird integrated blades coming out of one arm. But she neglects to speak to you. Any movement or anything, or tossing it to MK?
If I tried to move, I'd have to go through both of them, right?
Yeah, you'd have to do an acrobatics check. That's like an extra +5, basically, because you have to go through them.
Okay, and I do have my +4 on the tax of opportunity.
It's true.
No, I'm gonna stay put right now. I'm fine.
Alright, in that case, MK, 'tis you.
MK is getting a little sick of Kaon's shit talking. So he's gonna reach out with his mind and make Kaon make a will save.
Alright, go ahead and roll your D100 to see if you push through his thing. I will say you're getting... that effect is getting close to an end. You can only do it for so long.
Shit, I forgot he had
Do you want high successes, I assume?
No, I want low today.
Okay, low. Go for it.
Highs were screw it. Fuck!
Okay. You try to reach into his mind, and your body, all the electricity in your muscles just kind of twinges. Your hands spasm, and you just can't complete the somatic gestures necessary. I'll say give me a... Sorry, I didn't mean to move you there, but give me a... I guess this would be a mysticism check here. Okay, I would say, up to you how this would affect your actual strategy, but you think that basically you have 2 more turns of that to deal with, and then it'll be gone.
Right.
With that in mind, though, it is going to go to the Umbral Disciples. They're both next to Flack. He did back himself into that corner there, though, so there's no flanking. They really want to hit, and they don't, so they're both gonna just do 1 attack at their full bonus. This is with their Devastation Blades. One is a 33.
Yeah, that is.
And the other is a 23.
Miss.
Okay, so one goes through. There's gonna be... that is going to be 25 damage as this blade kind of crackling with purple light stabs into you.
What kind of damage is it?
For them, it is still technically slashing. It just looks crazy.
Okay, because I'm just asking because I have cold resistance.
Yes.
So what was the damage?
Total, it was 29 slashing. Oh, sorry, 25 slashing. I did the math wrong. 25.
Getting close to hit points, guys.
It be scary. All right. With that in mind, that's both their turns. So Zashi, back to you at the top.
Okay. So, the one disciple, she's directly below me, right? And then the other one is just, north?
Correct.
North of me?
Yes. Like on the ground, but north of you.
Yeah. I would like to jump off the platform and try to land, like,
Okay.
between MK and that disciple.
Yeah, you can do that. It will provoke an attack of opportunity from him, though.
Okay, well, I have... And I get a +4 bonus to my AC for that, so we'll just do our best.
All right.
Do I need to make any kind of roll, or just go?
Let's see, how high is it? It would be an acrobatics check, but it's like a DC 10 to land flat, like to land correctly.
Never miss the chance to do some acrobatics. So.
Oh yeah, beautiful backflip over it. So this is against your KAC. He got a 29. I don't know if a +4 saves it or not.
It does, actually.
He
My
slices.
was 28, and now it's a 32.
Nice. He slices through, like, a little bit of your hair gets cut from this, like, ultra thin switchblade in his left hand. But you land safely. You still got the rest of your turn. So you head down to that square. I'm gonna move this person up so we can kind of see better.
Sure. Okay. I would like to swing with the Doshko at this closest lady.
Go for it.
She's got flanking there, right?
With Flack, yes, she does. The knights move away. Yep, goes through the person's square. So I did additional +2 on this. Oh, that will most certainly do it. She takes 15 electric and fire damage.
And then I would like to keep going with Cleave.
Okay, going over to the injured one. Yep.
Yeah.
Also a hit, another 15. Bottom one is most assuredly below bloodied right now. And that's going to be Kaon. Oh my. What is he going to do? He is going to, because he can do it again, he is going to up mirror images on himself. 5 more Reeses appear, so there's 6 in the square now. And he's going to 5-foot step over his ally, just on top of this thing, to get a little bit of distance from Koss. That is... Let me actually, I just gotta read the exact phrasing of this spell, because maybe he can do it as well. Okay, doesn't really matter right now, so that's relevant. Alright, in that case, Koss, it is you. See, this man produces 6 more of himself as copies, and is ready to rumble.
I don't like that, but I will step up and follow him.
Hell yeah.
And I will I will try to hit him with a syringe, injecting something into him if this hits.
Okay. Take out like an auto syringe. Oh, I don't think that's gonna do it though. That does not get through his defenses. It does, however, technically destroy a double because it was a melee attack within 5. So you kind of, I'll say you still have it in your hands. You just kind of go to inject it, and one of the doubles like fades away into nothingness. Anything else?
No, that is an attack.
All right, Flack, back to you. You got kind of hard to see her under Kaon, but there is one under him, which is the most damage, and then one to your left. Actually, I'm just gonna rearrange them so I can see.
I will attack the one that's underneath him.
Okay.
He just looks like a blur to me. I think I'd just miss. So I will attack her.
That is successful stealth for the trick attack.
Does a 22 hit?
A 22 does indeed hit. 13 from just that, then another 30 for 43. You whirl around, line of gun, crack! Bullet goes off. You see it fully seems to blow off part of her head, and you see shadows just billow out. She is alive, but barely. Seems to be being sustained by the plane itself.
Okay. When it works, it works.
When it works, it truly does work a lot. MK? Second to last turn of you being whammied by his spell grenade that he hucked.
Hey, Ben, I have a quick question for you.
Yeah, lay it on me.
Before we move on. Would I have had flanking on that one? With
Yes, you would have had flanking.
You mind if I roll to see if I get a natural 20?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, I forgot about that ability. We shall see. No, okay.
Nope.
Worth a try though. Worth a try, for sure. All right, MK. This is your second to last turn of being whammied.
I'm just gonna try to shoot him. So,
Hell yeah.
okay, levels his Corona laser pistol, or attempts to. Nope. He freezes up.
Unfortunately, that does freeze up. Your bolt kind of just sails off into the wall as your body locks up. But let's see if the other person who still has it is going to lock up. Okay, well, the other person who still has that effect, the lower one of the disciples, she locks up, does nothing. The other one... yeah, she's gonna go for Flack after you just did that insane shot on her friend. It's gonna be... Ooh, also, I forgot a bunch of you guys are feeling the effects of the shadow plane as well. Okay. So that's going to be interesting. Yeah, this will kick in at this point. All right, going for you, Flack. It's going to be a 33 to hit touch AC.
Yeah.
All right. That is going to be, let's roll damage. And then it's going to... Okay, that is going to be 27 damage. However, let me check something, because there might be some shenanigans happening. Okay. Which corruption did Flack assimilate? Yes, indeed. Okay.
VR4?
Yeah, you have VR.
Only good aligned weapons get.
Okay, so 25. You take 25 damage flak, and a ability triggers from your corruption. You currently have fast healing 3.
What in the world is that?
Okay, sometimes good comes with the bad. But yeah, so take 25, then you gain fast healing 3 for the next minute. And with that in mind, it is going to be Zashi again.
Okay. So I'm no longer adjacent to the both of the disciples, right?
No, you still are. I just moved her so I could adjust her health. She's basically still below Reese.
Okay. Cool. Perfect. Then I'm going to repeat the last thing. I'll start with the lower one this time, though.
All right, going on the lower one for the first half of the cleave. Oh, again for the 15. Consistently that. After Flack's last hit, boom! The energy of the yellow star, Doshko, burns the rest of her face away. And the first enemy goes down.
Awesome. So there's something wrong with how I put in the Doshko, because the 15s every time
It's like,
I'm looking at the
yeah,
code.
yeah. What the?
It's not a fluke of roll 20, so
I'll double check the formula on that.
I will.
I was like, man, that's crazy. It's 15 again.
Damage. Yeah, I was like, but it's just showing 15 plus a.
Let's see.
It's not actually rolling.
Oh,
anything.
okay, damage roll. Okay, it should be. It should be, I think, 2d10 plus 15, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. Let me test roll this now. Full attack, no. Okay, there we go.
That looks nice.
Nice. Oh, yeah, God. 2d10 plus the 15. My God. Yeah, she's extra dead.
Awesome.
But yeah, you can continue your cleave to the remaining one.
Yep.
With advantage.
Oh my God. What's the advantage from?
From being, or not advantage, I'm sorry, +2. Right?
Oh, okay. I know there are some abilities that you reroll 2 times in
Okay,
Pathfinder, like an
the rest of the
advantage.
D&D.
No, it's okay. I understand. I understand that all too well. But 31, whoo, there's a big, like, burned charcoal mark on the side of her. She is now below bloodied as well. All right, back to Kaon. Okay. Yeah, he gonna do that. Okay, so he is going to cast a spell defensively towards Koss. Koss, make a will save. That is a fail. However, Koss, you feel the whispers at the back of your mind start to kick in. And if one happens, the other won't matter. So we'll start with that. You have a choice here. You could just accept that you failed, or if you would like, you can hit yourself with whatever weapon is in hand and get another save. It will deal a flat 4, basically, just to give you everybody. It deals a flat 4 damage, but it goes to your hit points.
Yeah, I'll just take the damage and roll again.
All right. You burn yourself on the edge of this plasma blade. Go ahead and reroll that. That is a pass. And as you remove the blade, you can't help but think, ooh, that was kind of fun. I should do that again. Reese sees this and kind of frowns. I'm going to give him a check here. Some of you already have the gifts of the shadow inside of you, it seems. All the more reason to give in. All those impulses, oh, I could help you achieve them like that. But I guess you're gonna keep resisting. So you are able to stop his turn there. And he is not gonna take an additional action, or at least not that you can see. Cost, that is back to you. You've resisted his attack.
After burn, he'll just be like, it reminds me of the first time I used the soldering iron. And then he'll try to use the...
Alright. Let's see. Still got some doubles. That won't hit because you're not flanking. However, you do auto-destroy another double. There are now 3 fakes and a real one. Flak.
Yeah, I'm gonna go after her with this lady that we have flanking on here. My stealth attack.
Okay. Pretty much.
Oh, you know what? I meant to ask you
Mm-hmm.
2 questions.
Yes.
With my fast healing 3, do I at the start of my turn do I add 3 to my hit points?
Yes, you get 3 hit points right at the start.
Okay. And the other thing was, how many rounds has it been? It's been quite a few rounds, and I think that my cloaking field may be done.
I'll tell you now, I've been keeping track. We are at the bottom of the 9th. It's about to be the 10th round.
Okay, so I have one more round.
Okay. Because I've been keeping track of that for his shit too.
Yeah.
Yep, that's a success with the stealth. That is going to hit her. Go ahead and roll that extra damage. Okay, so 26 total. Crack, another shot goes off. Not quite as devastating as the last one in terms of how much health she has left. But she's starting to look pretty bad. Alright. As that goes off, it is going to be MK. You can do it. Hey! Alright. And this is the last turn it matters, so I'm going to take that lightning bolt there off you.
Alright. Shit, I should have decided what I was going to do before I did.
It's fair. You wanted to see if it would matter. Understandable.
I will say that he was probably still concerned about the results of that, so I will just try to fire my pistol at Kaon.
At Kaon? Okay. Laser pistol lining up on Kaon. Can you take the shot? Oh! First one is a potential crit here. Second one is a miss and not within 5, so it doesn't matter. But on the crit one, go ahead and roll a d4. On a 1, the crit actually hit him. Another double is destroyed, unfortunately. Alright.
Natural 20.
Yes, it's rough. Okay, the remaining Umbral Disciple is going to start going a bit ballistic. And is going to use a full round attack on Flak this time. So with the penalties for each roll, first one is a 30. Second one is a 27. Okay, so the hit and the miss. Oh, they both missed? The 31 did too?
No, 1 hit, 1 miss.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it's going to be 28 damage. And she doesn't like this, but she's gonna move. Well, she could still be flanked there anyway, but for now she'll be under Reese's position. Okay, back to the top with Zashi.
So are both the shadow ladies out?
No, she's just underneath him.
Okay, there she is.
Yeah, she's just being sneaky, but effectively she's still between you and Flack.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna attack her again.
Hell yeah.
And since there's only one of her, let's try a full attack, even though this never works out for me.
Okay, yeah, fuck, go into double attack. The first one won't, but the second one will.
Okay.
So that's going to be 23. Now that's rolling correctly. She is still up, but looking pretty badly injured. We go now to Kaon. There's a lot here not to like for Kaon. If you take... Oh, nat 20 for Zashi. Excellent. MK passes well. Okay, it's rolling. 31 reduced to 16 for both of you. 16 electricity damage. All right. He is then going to, as a bonus action, everyone can make a perception check if they want. Okay, 34 is the highest here. Okay. On a 34 MK, it's actually very fitting. You hear a brief step of footsteps as the rest of you guys see the shadows around Kaon open up as he walks into them and disappears. MK, you hear him reappear near the elevator. Koss.
Behind us.
Tis certainly true. I'm gonna check with this. What's the move cost? You climbing down? You doing any shenanigans? Ooh, yeah, just barely crack! Right through the heart this time. You see shadows try to stitch it back together like before, but it is not enough.
Hey, question for you, man. I have I can pull out of my I have that efficient bandolier. And as a swift action, I can pull out a serum of healing. With that swift action, can I inject it, or does that take my full the rest of my action, or movement, or?
I would say with the bandolier in play, I would say it'd probably be like you wouldn't be able to move afterward. Basically, like pull it out, swift, move action, stab yourself. Okay, go ahead and roll. If it's the middle one, Mark II, it's 3d8.
Let me see what I have in my bandolier.
If it's a Mark,
I've got a Mark III.
Mark III is 6d8.
68.
Yeah, it goes up a lot on the last one. Oh, some unfortunate rolls there.
Are you that down in your hit points?
Yeah, I only have 20.
Yeah.
You have 20 hit points.
I had 17
sorry.
before my fast healing kicked in.
All right. In that case, MK, as Flack injects a healing serum into himself. Currently, MK, you do not have line of sight.
Yeah, I think MK is just gonna book it down the hallway
Okay.
at ramming speed.
At ramming speed. I am very eager for every map in book 3 was so easy to line up. I was so happy.
Nice.
It's gonna be a real treat, guys.
Okay.
Zigzagging down. Yep. You see Kaon has emerged from the shadows here.
MK, having finally shaken off the effects of that cheese grenade, is going to reach out with his mind into Kaon Reese's mind, and as he does so, he's just going to say, "You weak, pathetic fool." And I'm going to need Kaon to
Ooh.
make a will save.
Okay.
DC 22.
He passes.
He is a penis.
I mean, fair enough.
But
Can't
I'm
fault you
still-
for that.
He only saves for half. Half of 10d10. From that level 4
55.
mind thrust.
Damn.
So is that 27 and a half?
Yeah, 27. You see, he kind of staggers back, still getting hurt by it, but pushing it off, and he's like, "Ugh, enough of that."
That's all I got.
All right. In that case, it is going back to Zashi.
All right. Since Zashi can't do anything to help Flack, she doesn't think.
Okay.
She like notices, she's a friend, but
You
Has-
good?
I'm good. Go. I'm fine.
you good? Okay.
Yeah.
And then she will also run down the hall, seeing that that's where everyone's going, not knowing why. But,
Fair.
how far can I make it in
What's your movement speed?
30?
30. Okay. So
That's 40.
I think you're
Just look at your-
faster. Yeah, I think you're at 40. 40 basically gets you to the doorway.
All right. Awesome.
So
I'll go to.
you would have to double move, probably just because you can't quite reach him from the doorway.
Yeah, since I'm double moving, I'll move all the way to the other side of him so we can have him good and surrounded in case. Whoa.
Okay.
Me.
Damn, he didn't want to have to do this already, but he's gonna. Okay. Okay. How's he gonna do this? Alright, he has still 2 doubles up. He is also gonna try acrobatics to get by Zashi. Actually, no, that would be too high DC. He's gonna try to go in the corner. He's gonna make it by you guys. He is then going to jab himself with a serum.
Did he provoke by moving away from us, or?
He succeeded at his acrobatics check.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You guys see a bunch of his wounds close up. As all 3 copies of himself all appear to take this healing serum. That's really all he can do this turn. Okay, that's his turn. Costs. Yeah, fortunately he doesn't have to defeat his own doubles to get himself.
That's a sham. I'm gonna try to stab him again, just because he stabbed himself.
Alright. Go for it.
Stop stabbing yourself.
That misses and is not within 5. Does not destroy a double. In which case it is Flack. Flack at the back.
Black takes a deep breath, and he's going to use his movement to run up here to the end of the hall so he can see into the room.
Okay.
And he's going to use his action to enable his holographic clone.
Oh, how many clones do you get?
I get 1d4.
Oh my god.
I get 1 clone.
Well, fair enough. Good strategy, though. MK.
You know, I think MK saw him heal and just kind of chuckles at him and begins casting a spell. Oh, no, shit, I don't have that yet. I updated my character sheet for level 11 and got a really cool new spell, and just remembered that I don't actually have it. So I'm just gonna mind thrust his ass.
Okay, fair enough.
You merely adopted the dark. I was born into it. That's a DC 22 will save.
Okay. Let's see. 22. Oh, it's gonna be close. Let me double check his bonus.
It's not high enough.
He is gonna pass. It's his best save.
What a dick. God.
It's literally like 5 higher than every other save. Damn. Still devastating.
Fill his mind with astrogation coordinates.
Ah, so much math.
Differential equations.
Zashi, yeah, that's you. Yeah, you fill his head like one of those like unsolvable math problems, like the famous ones.
Nice.
There's no solution.
I will step to him and attack again.
All right, take your swing.
Not doing anything else. Oops. I didn't mean to hit the cryopike. I hit it out of habit.
It's still the same roll, so it'll still be a crit and a hit. Is the damage different? Yes. Go ahead. Just roll the if you want to just roll the whole thing, it would be /R 4d10
Oh.
plus 30
Oh.
Nice.
for the Doshko. That's what the Doshko crit would be. Jesus Christ.
Oh.
49. Here's the question though. That is beautiful. He does have 2 doubles.
Yeah.
So it's a D3.
Okay. Come on.
Oh, you hit the wall so hard it burns through the metal. It's like the frozen fucking permafrost through the wall.
Can she growl in frustration as well? Because she does.
You see...
Growling is a free action.
Growling is always a free action, and regardless of what system I'm running, it will always be one. That being said, it gets back to his turn. He looks at all of you, closing in, and he's just like, this isn't gonna be enough. You think this is enough? You see he pulls out this like small fucking detonator looking thing, you know, brass, metal handle, red button, presses it. From your guys' angle, Zashi and Koss, you're over the glass viewing window. You guys all hear. You two can see the whole particle accelerator is shaking, and you guys see a bunch of shadow energy start rising up out of the floor and flowing into Kaon as he laughs. No matter what you do, it's too late now. And that was all shenanigans, so he is going to finally make use of this spell he cast on himself a few turns ago, and is gonna attack you twice with a switchblade. These are both at Zashi. Oh, that was a bad roll on the second one. First one, though, against KAC is going to be a 31. Which I believe does hit you.
That does hit unless I can find something in my feet, but I think it hits.
Okay, feel free to check your shenanigans, but he kind of just jabs this, like, you know, literally, like, molecule-edged switchblade into your armor. It's going to deal 17 damage, 17 slashing damage.
Okay.
Cost, that is you. There are now only 2 of him. God, I don't know if any of you guys have tried the Starlight Coca-Cola yet, but it's fucking weird.
Sounds like something MK would like.
Well, it's supposed to like taste like Starlight. They're releasing the next one is called apparently Pixelate is the next flavor. It literally says space flavored on the can. I'm looking at it. First one is a miss. Second one is a hit though.
Thought it was gonna be Homelander flavored.
Homelander flavored. Oh god, I cannot wait till the final episode this week. Okay. We can discuss that later. I just went on a whole tangent in my head. He is looking barely alive at this point. Whatever that shadow stuff flowing into him is, it does not appear to be healing him. Oh, actually, though, I gotta do it to you. He has 1 double left. Go ahead and roll 50-50. Going for lows, okay? Well, yeah, we'll say that 50, that does it. So he still has 1 double, but he is looking really bad. Flack.
Alright, I'll take a shot at him from here. Trick attack. That. My cloaking field is not active.
That'll work. That'll work stealth-wise.
Only 14 though.
No, and that's not within 5, so double doesn't vanish. Just kind of tilts his head to the side as bullet just like pings off the wall. MK, that's you.
Okay. So, seeing all of this, you guys are all around him. I don't think I can. You know what? Go with an old classic. If you ever open a spell and you're like, that sounds good, and then you read the description and it's just a solid block of text.
Yeah.
That's not how it works.
It's a lot of the spells I've been thrown out with this guy.
Yeah,
So it's taking me so long. I'm like, hold on, let me just get my glasses on for this one.
Give me 10 minutes while I read this dissertation.
For real.
And then you wind up just deciding to mind thrust him at a lower level this time.
It do be like that.
Yeah, it's.
Are you mind thrusting at lower level?
Yeah, I'm just mind thrusting. DC
Okay.
21 this time.
D20. There it is. This time of all the times, he fails.
Son of a bitch.
Depending on damage here, I don't know what the next tier down is going to do, but it could get him? Oh, like, that was the next tier down? Good God.
Mind thrust is no joke.
That was, like, higher than some of your, like, level whatever rolls. Good God. You see, not blood, but just, like, black ichor starts running out the corners of his eyes. He falls to his knees. He looks up at all of you. As this pain just washes through his mind, and he's just like, at least I got to go out reveling in the pain. And making it too damn late for any of you. You guys see, whoom, a dome of black energy expands out of the floor. From the particle accelerator, Kaon goes prone. Full dead. And then the whirring stops, and there is nothing but silence. And we're out of combat. What do you guys do?
Black sits down.
It's fair. It's a fair response.
Lays down.
Look expectantly at my more intelligent colleagues. Like, what was that? What was happening?
I mean, fair.
So, I know you pushed the button. Does whatever open, is it still open and emptying out, or was it just empty now?
Is what empty now?
I don't know, I was zoned out. The particle something that released all the
it powered down now, yeah. So like whatever was going on with that, it is not working anymore. Or at least it is not like powered up anymore.
Seems like
We
a
need to
pro.
destroy this thing.
Can I do a mysticism check to see what that was? That
Yes.
black dome of...
You absolutely can. 29. Not sure what it did, but that was absolutely just concentrated energy from the plane of shadows.
Is it still? Are the lights still on in this room?
It's dim lighting in here, but you know, the kind of like it at this point it's just like the reserve lights are flickering, and shadows are kind of just, you know, roiling in the corners.
Should we climb down there and see if we can shut this thing down for good? MK hovers over the shattered glass.
You can climb down if you
I
want.
think we should take a little bit of a break first.
No, you look fine, Flack.
Just to give you guys a sense of like how this fight is always meant to be insane, I'm gonna give you guys a handout in a second of the like official art for the Kaon fight, because it's insanity. This is like with the Iconics fighting him.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's fun. It's truly wild.
That's awesome.
All right, but you know, with that aside, yeah, you guys want to take a rest for your stamina?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any? Do you guys have resolve points left to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I do, but I don't know if I want to spend it.
I'm spending it. And also, anybody got any, I think I may actually have more serums.
Yeah, you got any
I'll-
serums?
I'll heal you, Flack. Hang on.
Cost voices. Oh wait, was that a portal? Was your question?
Flack heals 20 hit points
Oh, thank you.
from Mystic Cure.
Shout out to Mystic Cure.
Not to be confused with Mystic Pizza.
God damn it.
Ben, how does that fast healing thing work? Does that
You would have
transfer out
so
now?
you got it like 3 rounds ago. You have 7 more rounds of it. So 7 times 3, you would have auto healed. I think just to max now. Whatever. I think you're only a couple below.
Yeah. So good, I'm back up.
Yeah. And the other bad stuff of that does not matter yet. Yet. All right. Do you guys want to investigate down there, or what is your plan? Or are you just like trying to book it for the surface?
I mean, I feel like we should investigate, even if I don't want to.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we came here to stop the signal, right? And I think we've
Right.
accomplished that.
You've certainly accomplished
We
that.
don't really know the nature of this thing, so I think it'd definitely be worth investigating. Just to see, you know.
I'd say you're not in a rush anymore at this point. So I'd say if you guys want to take 20, we can, you know, you climb down there. You can make either. This would be mysticism or an engineering check. To try to figure out what the fuck is this thing. Starting with that 38. Flack, you're pretty sure like this particle accelerator is not going to run anymore. It is busted. And you would know that it would take. Like, this is something that Eclipse Innovations built because they have a ton of money and resources. It would be very hard for someone to fix this. On the mysticism check, you would know that it seems like the machine itself was a regular particle accelerator, which is already crazy. It looks like there was spells and enchantments on it to make it run on planar energy. Those appear to have been completely dispelled. So even if it was up and running, it wouldn't be running on planar energy.
So, I guess I still don't understand really what they were trying to do here. I mean, they had this signal they're gonna screw up a bunch of people, and they were poking a hole into this other dimension or whatever they were doing. But like, for what? Like, what is the end?
That's a good question.
I mean, you know, he went on and on about Dr. Gargant and like freeing the world from like pain and suffering. Yeah.
Well, he talked about freeing from pain and suffering. I thought he was all into pain and suffering.
Well, the only way to stop, you know, the chaotic suffering of the world is to take control of the pain.
Shit, yeah, okay.
That sounds like some bullshit.
I mean, he may not have been the most mentally stable of men. Just throwing that out there.
Speaking of, what's MK's gonna search his. Well, first I'm gonna make sure he's actually dead.
Seems pretty dead.
Well,
He's alive! You take a shot anyway.
oh shit!
Fully already dead.
It burns his last level 4 spell.
Just mind thrust the body. Patting him down, he's got a few things here. And a couple of augmentations. Honestly, does not have a lot. He's got a...
Take his augmentations out as messily as possible.
I mean, he's got a whole limb. Just take that. Take the arm.
Yoink.
Alright.
Has he got any more of those goddamn zap grenades?
He has regular grenades that perhaps he could have infused his abilities into. Okay. With those discoveries in mind, is there any other spots you want to look at again? You've seen everything in the facility, or are you trying to go back to the surface? Again, you guys on like the frozen side of the planet right now.
Yeah, I guess if we're sure that this shadow collider thing can't be turned back on or salvaged somehow, I'm ready to go. Or if we want to rig this whole place to blow, I'm fine with that too.
Yeah, I don't think that's a bad idea. We did leave that one area sort of without doing anything. This place here. I'd be interested in just going to see if what happened to those, because some people were here getting an augmentation, right?
They were. If that's the case, you guys can move back to level 3. I'll tell you right now, no checks needed. You guys walk down the halls, just boots echoing off the metal. You get to this room, all the ones on surgery tables, all the ones in the cubicles, they are all gone.
Oh, sorry, before we left, I assume we would have searched the fight room and his two little minions.
His minions, unless you want to rip the blades out of their arms, had nothing.
Oh, that's right, they were those Velstrak.
Yeah, they were like, you guys saw some of them with implanted blades upstairs. These guys were like the final product of that process, like the way better version. In terms of what's kind of in that room, nothing much really. There's some beds, a recharging station, a control panel for particle accelerator. Nothing like to rip off the walls or anything.
I guess we could go get the bunnies. Maybe roll in a nuke and.
All right. You guys grab the bunnies on the way out and head to the elevator to the surface, which would bring you back to the ice cave over here.
Just roll the nuke into the elevator.
You guys head out the surface. So basically, just past this map is the open mouth of the cave that leads out to the landing platform. No more wind blowing. Seems a kind of a still day now. Unfortunately, you also don't see a ship on the landing pad.
God damn it.
What?
Oh, Dixie. You had one job.
Unreliable.
What do you guys do? Ship ain't there.
Can we try to radio Doppler?
Yeah, you can.
Good start.
You guys radio into Doppler. Normally he picks up right away. You just hear just static.
Fuck.
Does he have a range that we know about? Like, how far away he has to be not be able to hear us?
With your guys' ship, he should be able to radio you from a pretty damn far distance to your comm units.
Okay.
One good thing, though, is it seems... you guys kind of take a second to realize it, especially Flack, you're more used to it with your nonsense. Not nearly as cold right now. Like, there's still some snow around, but you guys could go out there without more augmentations. Who's wearing Lenny again? MK?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, you found... Sorry, I forgot to mention that. You found your talking armor, Lenny. Just like, there are no radiation levels of any danger, and, well, you'll be a bit chilly, but it seems like temperatures are within a nominal survivable amount.
Seems weird here on the dark side of the planet.
I was about to ask, does it look like the sun has moved? Can we see the sun?
Everyone give me a perception check, 'cause look around.
I think MK would be very attuned to where the stars are.
You're looking around, the clouds overhead, the snow. It's pretty, not a bright day or anything, very dimly lit. MK, on the 35, you realize that, like, there's light coming from behind the clouds, but it's wrong. There should be, like, a central point coming from behind the clouds if there was a sun. Additionally, on this side of the planet, there shouldn't be any light. You're on the dark side of the planet. It literally never faces the sun. And yet the clouds are giving off a low-level glow.
The fuck? Is this like a physical science check, maybe? Or to figure out what's going on?
You could attempt a culture check to get your bearings on the planet, or you could attempt, physical science or mysticism are kind of the three right here.
Oh, try the culture.
Oh, I just did. Oh, no, I just... botched it.
Okay, flat culture, with a 25 Flack, you know enough about the planet's geography, you'd be able to lead them back to the Twilight Belt where all the cities are, even if you had to walk it. MK Mysticism, you know some magic shenanigans fuckery's happening here, but you can't quite put your finger on what. Physical science costs, on a 24, you put together that it looks like physically it is the clouds themselves that are glowing, and that there should be no light out here right now. Like when you guys flew in the ship, you basically were able to land on like runner lights.
What is happening?
I'd like to take a look at the ground where we had landed the ship
Okay.
to see if there's any clues as to what might have happened.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm gonna say this is just a straight perception check, like specifically looking at the ground, at the landing pad. MK and Flack, there's snow on the landing pad. And if your ship had been here, there would certainly be landing marks. There are no landing marks and no evidence that there have been any recently.
What in the fuck? I think Koss was right.
What?
I don't think we're on Verces, and at least not Verces in the material plane.
Could be.
Can I make a knowledge planes check?
Not a skill in this, but you could. Basically, the mysticism would have been that check, essentially.
Yeah.
Lenny's like, perhaps we should explore. Nothing doing standing around.
Yeah, it's fine now, but I mean, we need to find shelter. Who knows if it gets colder?
And a ship, maybe.
Preferably, yeah.
All right.
I'd like to try one thing. I'd like to try pulling out my data pad and just looking for any kind of, I don't know, other ships' radio traffic or anything coming from the surface or any sort of communication going on.
Dead silent.
When we walked through the facility, were there any, blaster marks on the walls or any evidence that, we had been fighting in there?
Yes, there were still bodies and blaster marks.
What the fuck?
I heard if you tap your heels together 3 times and say there's no place like home, you'll be able to go right home.
Okay, it does that.
Okay, you tap your heels, nothing
No
happens.
place like Avalon.
However, as you guys are shuffling around with your feet, a couple of you notice something strange. You take a step forward, you feel the feeling of taking a step forward, and yet you're a couple feet farther along the landing platform. Try again.
Meaning we move faster than...
Try again. You lift your foot once, put it down once. Probably a couple dozen paces past that.
Well, that's interesting. Okay, sprints. See how fast he can go.
You start sprinting, and pretty quickly you see that there is what it looks like a village on the horizons. On the horizon.
What the fuck is happening?
As you reach the village, you look at the architecture and stuff and know that this village could only exist in the Ring of Nations, the Twilight Belt on this planet. And yet, you couldn't possibly have gotten from the dark side of the planet to the middle this quickly. If you guys want to make another mysticism check, it'll be easier now.
MK looks down at his feet and says, I'm the fastest man alive.
MK, you're not.
Flack, you're just baffled by this. MK, you look at the shadowy landscape. You see that the village is getting darker by the minute, and you put together the travel distances. There's only one place this could be. A plane where there are mirror images of the real world, and yet distances don't line up. They're somehow shrunk between locations. It would seem that the facility we're in has shifted to the plane of shadow.
Upside down.
Well, that's not good.
With that realization, that's actually the end of book 2. So we kind of, zoom out from our heroes as we realize that they are in the midst of the plane of shadow. All right. Feels like a good place to take a. You guys want to take a quick bathroom break there?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Back in like 5-10 minutes-y. Excellent. And I shall be back as well. I'm gonna grab a Okay, cool. We're all good then. Okay, sorry, I opened up a window I did not mean to open up because I don't need two streams going at once. Alright, so to bring us back into it, we've just discovered that there are plenty of problems left to deal with. You guys did defeat Kaon Reese, but now you are trapped in the Shadow Plane. Currently in a small village located along the Ring of Nations. You would know that most things in the Shadow Plane are reflections of the real ones, so this village probably does exist. In the real world, this is just a shadowy copy of it.
Are there any people or creatures here?
Everyone go ahead and give me a perception check.
I hate when your voice gets high like that because it usually means we're fucked. Just give me a perception check.
All right. At the moment, don't see much going on here. Although, all of a sudden, you are surprised by. I'm just gonna bring us back to. Bring us back to the Kubakara splash screen for now. Let's do planets. Why not? We'll look cool. So you guys are down there on Verces, or at least the Shadow Plane version of Verces. As you all are sitting around, you are surprised when a rather mechanical voice addresses you from behind. Gonna bring her picture up and superimpose it on the planets. Her token. You see this woman standing behind you. She says, "Who are you all? I haven't seen anyone like you here before." If anyone wants to, they can make a natural science check, or physical science check here. Flack, you've never seen one before, but this is a Kayal. Kayals are sometimes known rather disparagingly in the material plane as fetchlings. They are one of the native species of the Plane of Shadow. I'll spell Kayal for you guys.
Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle.
Oh, I almost got it right.
So you see this figure standing before you, dressed in just unadorned, plain armor, hair pulled into a snug bun, and long, spindly limbs. These are very, almost like the Verthani, very thin people. However, her eyes are these yellow pools without irises, and her skin seems to almost emanate a pale green luminescence.
So, do we know much about the Kyle? Do we know if they're aggressive? If they,
I'd say on a 29, you would know that not a lot is known about them because they rarely transition the planes. But the rumors are that they used to be humans. They just lived so long in the Plane of Shadow, they kind of evolved to be Kayal.
This is Kyle.
Oh, she looks kind of badass.
Ahoy there! No, we haven't been here before. This is our first time. Where exactly are we?
You're in the Plane of Shadow. What? You didn't know that coming in here?
The village name, of course. We knew we were in the Plane of Shadow.
Oh, this? You see she, kicks over a wall that's like a bit of rubble, just kind of pushes it over. I don't care. Doesn't matter.
The village doesn't matter?
She shrugs. It's ruins. We're here on a scavenge run, but there's much better places to be in the Plane of Shadow.
Such as?
Look, it's been a long time since my people came here. Our ancestors were humans who fled the material plane for reasons I'll keep to myself, but they ended up here, and we adapted, and we have spread throughout the galaxy. Sometimes travelers like you find their way here, and we'll aid them best we can. Or, well, we used to anyway. Look, you're welcome to remain here as long as you agree to trade fairly and without violence.
We'd really like to get back to the material plane. Is there any way we can do that?
Unfortunately, I'm not aware of any nearby planar portals. In fact, I'm surprised you came through here. Our community used to be intact with the material plane. This corporation contacted us a little over a year ago, Eclipse Innovations. They gave us some information, trade goods, but the influence of that foul company started turning our people against each other.
That's who we've been fighting.
She kind of like looks up sharply at that. She's been like, while talking, going around the ruins looking for anything she can use.
You said your people came here a long time ago, fleeing from something. And MK will ask in Aslanti, where did your people come from?
She kind of raises an eyebrow. She's like, sounds like one of the old tongues, but if the stories are to be true, we came from around, they called it the Inner Sea, on Galarian. Not that that planet means much anymore.
Huh.
Oh, before the...
Interesting. I don't suppose you know where in the Inner Sea. Was at one time a large place, I've heard.
She shrugs. She's like, look, that was... who even knows how long ago? It's been hundreds of years since the Gap, and no one knows when that was. Maybe some of our elders might know more, but I'm just getting by. Listen, if you're trying to get out of here, we could always... well, I'm sure you've experienced that distances here are different. What might be a several-day journey on foot in the material could take only a few hours here. I'm told the same is true for trips between planets. However, the majority of starship travel to and from Shadowverses is regulated by the cultists of Zon-Cathon, who now control the Skydock. Everyone wants to make a culture check about Zon-Cathon, they can. And then if anyone wants to roll a mysticism about Zon-Cathon.
Would that be a criminal underworld check, by any chance?
Not in this case, no. Flack, you guys know about you didn't land there when you guys went to Kuvakara, the city on Verces, but the Sky Dock is one of like the massive space platforms that are like they're floating in orbit, but they are anchored in the Ring of Nations. You think you could probably get there from Kuvakar, or at least from somewhere on the Ring of Nations? And then for mysticism, so these are cultists of Zon-Cathon. MK, upon hearing that, you get a little nervous. Zon-Cathon, also known as the Midnight Lord, and his Kuthites are evil. They're sadists, masochists, murderers, torturers. If they are here, it's not a good group to want to get by. Actually, yeah, 2025. You would know that kind of in relation to this talk of Galarian, in this age, Zon Cathan makes his home on Zovacane, which is a planet-sized fortress that occupies the orbit of Galarian on the mortal plane, except in the shadow plane. So essentially what that means for you guys is the flip side of Absalom Station in this plane is Zon Cathan's fortress.
Well, we're staying the fuck away from there.
Yeah, that's probably a no-go.
Is there anywhere
You
else
know
we
where
can find a
the nearest sort of, we know how the planes sort of overlap sometimes, right? Is there anywhere that you know of where the material in the shadow plane sort of overlap, somewhere that we could move back into the material?
I'm not quite sure. If you'll excuse me, my people are injured and dispirited. I have to get back to them. She tries to start walking away.
Injured?
I
have some serums of healing. Would you like some serums of healing?
She hesitates. That give me a diplomacy check, as you say you've serums of healing. She stops, kind of slowly turns around. All right. Look, I don't know of many portals myself, but there could be some in Kuvakara, or at least the shadow version of it. And look, the cultists, they're sadists, but they're not unreasonable. Maybe you can make a deal with them and find a ship to book passage on. My people have I suppose you'd call it an enclave there. You're welcome to come back with us and hopefully find something in the city, but she kind of looks you guys over. She's like, from the look of you, you might want to take a rest first.
Oh, shit. Okay. I say, just, thank you for talking to us. Thank you for the information. I give her 2 Mark 1 serums of healing.
She nods. She's like, look, we're going to make camp just over that rise. Feel free to stay in the ruins, come with us. We'll strike out in the morning.
So let's follow her to camp.
All right. So how are you guys? Are you guys resting to get your level up?
Do we want to rest at camp so none of us have to stand watch?
Oh, I think somebody should stay watch. No matter where we sleep.
That's fair. I don't know.
But we can still get a full night's sleep with fans on.
Yeah, we're in literally a different plane. We don't know anyone. They seem helpful enough. I'd rather be with them than be on our own,
Yeah, I'm with you there. But I
Yeah,
still think
agreed.
we should watch. Yeah.
Fair.
Okay.
All right. They kind of give you guys a nod as you set up camp nearby.
So our camping supplies that we definitely didn't leave on the ship.
Sometimes, pays to have things with you.
Sure does.
All right. With that in mind, you guys are able to complete your night's rest. So go ahead and add up, get all your lovely things. You got all your upgrades now that you've leveled.
Oh, Ben, we didn't get any XP for the Kaon Reese.
Oh, sorry. I didn't give you guys the Can Reese XP. One sec. Let me total it up. Let's see. Scroll back up to him. Alright, so you guys killed the 2 Umbral Disciples and Kaon. That is going to be... Everybody gets 4,800 XP.
So we do a level up since we're getting a big rest.
Yeah, you guys are getting a full night's sleep for once. Any questions about level ups? Or let me know when you guys have your stuff ready.
Oh gosh, it takes forever, dude.
We get one resolve point back with a full night's rest, is that right?
I believe so, yes. Which I think it's 1 per rest. Let's see. I think you gain all of them back. Once per day, you can regain any spent resolve points by getting a full 8 hours uninterrupted rest. So you guys get all your resolve points.
Nice.
Damn.
All right.
How does anyone kill players in this game?
It's fucking hard, dude. I'm gonna it's hard. Well, last fight was pretty dangerous.
Yeah, I was pretty close to going down. I mean, even with all my stamina that I have.
Yeah, well.
Well, because like it's I feel like the big thing in Starfinder is it's a lot of save or suck stuff. Like if that grenade could have like taken all of you out of the equation and just like 50% of the time none of you do anything.
Yeah, that was fucking miserable.
Yeah, like that would be a pretty brutal reality. But luckily that's all over now, right guys? Everything's fine. Alright, so I'm gonna put Vela down. The one you were speaking to. Feel free to put yourselves in and around her in this blank terrain of the Shadow Plane.
Vela?
Vela, yes. Vayla.
Oh,
You see there are a few other, like, various Kyle scattered around. I don't think I have any other Kyle art. I thought I did. No, she's special. I'll put this old art that I used to use. Just lots of dark robes and scary folk. Flack, where do you think you'd be sleeping in relation to them?
Here. I think Flack would be sleeping as close to Zashi as possible.
yeah, same.
Well, Koss and I can sleep on the edges, and you guys can be in a line.
Well, everyone wants to make a perception check. It is with a -10 while you are sleeping. Oh, nat 20. Flack, you're going to be able to rouse the others here. You, kind of your eyes wake up, you're like, what woke me? And you put your palm on the ground and you're like, boom, boom, boom. Something big is getting close. Do you rouse the others?
Yeah, definitely. Hey guys.
Ugh.
Big.
So you guys can kind of stumble out of your tents there. In time that this guy does not surprise you, you see the following creature crest the hill, standing some 16 feet tall.
Oh, fuck. Whoa.
What?
I said it once, I'll say it 1,000 times. I think Starfinder has the best art of any TTRPG.
dude. That is awesome.
You see this guy starts like swinging that metal chain. You're a bellow. Weaklings, it's time for a lesson in pain. You hear the camp like explodes into chaos. You see Kyal's running every which way. And you see this figure start to walk towards you slowly. Boom! The spike chain slams into a fleeing Kyal, knocking her to the ground, tearing strips of flesh from her back. The intruder, dressed in slate gray armor edged with blood red accents, strides in, swinging the chain at anyone in reach. But he does not get a surprise attack on you guys sleeping in the tents. Let me clear our order, and we're going to roll for initiative.
God, I really gotta get a better initiative.
Right.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, where's my icon?
I don't think you dragged it on.
Drag it over.
Well, that's just my fault.
I'm just going to give all the Kyals, including her, the same turn, because they're probably just going to scatter.
I forgot to click my token first. Sorry.
You're fine. I'll add it, and then you can just type in whatever you got.
Okay.
Let me just double check Big Boy's initiative. Alright. Um... 23. Alright. First up is Flack.
So I will, of course, use my move action to engage my cloaking field. And I will do my stealth check for a trick attack. Look all the boxes. 53. My stealth is getting good, guys.
Good. It's getting good.
Yeah.
Getting good.
And I will fire with my elite semi-auto pistol. Does a 25 hit?
25 is against KAC.
Yeah, KAC.
Crack! Ting! Bounces off his armor.
Oh no.
Not good enough, little rat. MK, that's you.
Rude.
Calling a rat, Jane.
Yeah, wow, that's dude. MK, finding himself trapped on the shadow plane, decides to fight fire with fire, and as he begins to cast the spell, umbral tendrils burst from the ground beneath this thing's feet, and he needs to make a, what kind of save is this? Will save. DC 21.
What's the area of that?
20-foot radius spread.
Radius.
Now, I love that art.
God, it's so much bigger.
Yeah.
We'll assume it's kind of more centered on him, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a will save?
It is a will save. And that area is now difficult terrain.
That is a nat 1.
Love it.
Yes.
Love it. So he takes 4d6 bludgeoning as the tentacles just hammer him. Oh, wow. For a real shit roll.
Woof.
Ooh, if the tendrils are in dim light or darkness, the DC goes up by 2. So he extra failed.
Definitely in dim light or darkness for the shadow plane. There is nothing above dim light here.
Can I? So that was my, my standard action. Can I make a, I don't know, like a culture or a mysticism check to see what this thing is?
This would be a mysticism check, I will say.
Or, life science. I don't know.
I think it's mysticism.
Nice.
Okay. This, my friends, is what is known as a shadow giant. Members of an ancient species that has long inhabited the shadow plane. Typically, they fend for themselves, kind of go out on their own. They emerge only rarely, and usually it is to gather victims for profane rites, elaborate religious ceremonies led by shamans on the stepped obsidian pyramids of the shadow plane. And they inevitably conclude in a bacchanal of bloody sacrifice.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, they're pretty fucking metal. I will say also the third, that's a really high roll, so you know something. For one, they're immune to ability damage, ability drain, cold, and negative levels. You would know that as a move action, they can pull the shadows of the plane around them as a cloak, which gives it concealment. It looks like it hasn't done that yet. You would also know that pretty much anything it hits you with, whether it is thrown or like punched, has the potential to drain energy from you, which basically means it'll drain like a level from you. I think there's like really specific things it gives, but let's do. What are the penalties? I'll go through the penalties if one of you fail, but you don't want to do it. Basically saps the life out of you. Oh yeah, you start running across the like dusty plains here.
As I run past the rest of the group, I yell all that.
Shadow Giant, immune to cold! Don't let him touch you! Zashi, that is you.
Alright.
Kill it!
Hearing that he's immune to cold makes her annoyed, because her...
Sorry, Zashi.
Well, I mean, better to know. So... I guess she will pull out her laser rifle. Because that's what else I have.
Okay.
And, oh, did I notice when he was attacking, like, the, Kyle, what the range on his,
on his chains?
Is?
Yeah, it looked like his... I'll have you know they're ecclesiastic shadow chains, thank you. Looked like it was about 15 feet.
15 feet, alright.
So awesome.
Honestly, they're like the craziest enemy. It's so cool.
Which
Ecclesiastic shadow chain. They literally were introduced in this book. Yeah. So most APs come with a little bestiary at the back of each edition. Let me tell you, the bestiaries for this one are wild.
That's fucking awesome.
Alright, so yeah, you think about 15 feet away would be his range, so...
Firing
like
2 shots.
There. Alright, you go in with 2 of the azimuth laser rifle shots. First one, the light just kind of rainbows out around his armor. The second one will hit, though.
Yay.
Let's subtract damage.
And then I will also back away a little bit.
Yeah, he's a little intimidating. Cost, that is you then. Eager to see what you do. Also, the tentacles are what? Difficult terrain? Yeah.
They are.
Interesting. One eye glows red as you activate combat tracking. There's a hell of a lot to track.
And now it's a party.
What is he gonna do? I was thinking about having him pull out his gun, but I don't think it's necessary. Supercharged weapon on your horn? Hell yeah, your horns start glowing. Is that all the things you can do? Okay. That's our big boy over here. So there's nothing, if he moves, he's not going to get, like, grabbed or anything?
Yeah, it doesn't. Well.
Oh, it's entangled
so
if it fails.
Yeah, he's entangled because he failed to save.
Oh, see, now that's a difference.
Yeah.
What's he gonna do to break out of that?
Takes another. Suppose I should use this more.
So this is versus your spell DC is like the... Yeah, okay, versus your spell DC. Okay. He is going to attempt a just pure strength check to exceed that.
That is going to be a DC 23.
Boom! Just snaps the tentacles around him.
Goddamn giants.
Come here, little worms. He does not quite make it all the way out, though. Because he's moving at... it's still difficult terrain, so it's still at half speed. And that was his standard action. Can he do any...
spend his whole round there?
Yeah, he has to make the save again.
And he has to take... Well, yeah, I guess he has to...
Will save, right?
Yeah, will save.
That time he'll do it. He got a 26. Look, this isn't a big dumb giant. This guy's got a gun and beliefs.
So he should be failing my will saves.
I mean, fair. You see that Vela is just like
half damage.
panicking. Oh, he takes half damage still? Go ahead and roll that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I gotta read the block of text again. He takes 6 points of damage.
Fair. I will take that off from him in a second. You hear she's kind of like trying to like rally the other Kyle around her. And she's just like, take a shot and run, shoot and run, shoot and run. And a bunch of them, a couple of them pull out these weird plasma pistols, and then they just take these like long-barreled black rifles, and they start taking pot shots at him. So it's gonna be 4 of them attempting this: 2 pistols, 2 rifles. 1 pistol shot gets through. All right. And I realized that there's additional Kyle art. I didn't even realize it was on the back cover of this book, so I'm going to get that in a second. Okay. That is all of their turns. Flack, that's going to be you while I get this person ready.
Okay. So here's what I think I'm going to do here. I am going to holster my gun and pull out my sniper rifle.
Damn, okay.
I want to pull far back, like away from the action, but still with line of sight on the bad guy.
Okay, yeah, you start
I don't know
going
what
real
the
far
terrain
back.
looks like in reality, but I want to.
It's definitely got like some like gullies and like shit like the actual map.
Right, so as long as he doesn't have full cover, because of my ability, he doesn't have full cover.
Okay.
Well, just
He's 16 feet high.
Yeah, he's not getting a lot of cover. He is 16 feet tall.
I will try and shoot him. Rifle.
Okay.
22 hit.
22 does not. The round, boom, crack, across the battlefield at impossible speeds, shatters against his armor.
Okay, well then, I hunker down.
Fair enough. That is going to be back to MK.
Alright. Well, I'm not pleased that he resisted my will save.
Also, I'm going to swap out my Kyals with the actual art that they added. I'll make a big one so you guys can see, but this is kind of the ragtag follower she's got going with her right now. Yeah.
Oh.
Look, they've been living in this plane for a while. They know the dangers. Okay.
Okay.
Reavers.
I'm going to need him to make another will save.
All right. One will save coming up from Shadow Giant. Even 20.
Needs a 21 to beat my 3rd level. He is slowed.
Slowed? Ooh. So I think he can only...
Staggered and can take a single move action or standard action, but not both, and he cannot take full actions. He moves half his speed, rounded down.
Ooh. Brutal. Alright, Zashi, as you see the giant, like, kind of start moving, almost like he's, trying to run through thick, like, syrupy air.
Bring him down, Flack!
I'm gonna do the same thing. 2 shots with the rifle.
Alright, you level the rifle up. Get ready to pull the trigger.
Boom, boom.
First one hits, second one deflects off his armor.
Okay. Oh. Got one.
Enough of this! Costs.
Costs will. Oh, look at him. Like, I agree. Enough of this. And he will gore.
Alright, you run forward, horns at the ready. They're glowing with your extra power. Unfortunately, it does not penetrate the thick armor of his legs. As he looks down at you, he's like, fresh meat for the pyramid shamans. He's going to wheels his chain in circles above his head. He's going to try and slam it down on Koss. Alright, Koss. I assume a 43 hits.
Fuck!
Whoa.
You are going to take 43 damage as the chains slam into you. And I need you to make a will save. For as the chains slam into you, you feel your soul being pulled from your body.
Duh.
Jesus.
Has anybody landed an attack?
Yeah, you guys have been doing hits on him. He's like almost bloodied. But, not quite.
Just not me. Just Zashi. Okay.
Yeah, just not you. Other people have.
Other people are doing great.
Alright, it is going to inflict 1 negative level on you. I'm trying to figure out exactly what that means, because it won't tell me. Because it keeps telling me about Pathfinder, and I don't want to know about that. Alright, negative level. You take certain penalties. You have -1 on ability checks, AC, attack rolls, saving throws, skill checks. Basically -1 to everything. In addition, your current HP and stamina pools are reduced by 5 per negative level. You're also treated as 1 level lower for the purpose of level-dependent abilities and spells. And if you get as many negative levels as you have real levels, you are full stop dead.
Oh shit.
No saves. Alright, those are the Kyals again. They're gonna keep their, shoot and run retreat, firing off shots at the giant. This time, 1 rifle will get through. That is gonna be... it's gonna be 12 damage from the rifle. Flack.
Okay, well, I am going to do my debilitating trick attack with my sniper rifle again. Hopefully I'll hit this time. Nope.
It again pings off of his armor. MK.
MK's getting nervous. But I think he's gonna go with Old Reliable.
Okay.
Oh, that thing didn't move, did it?
It did not. It chose to attack instead. So I forgot to.
So, yeah.
It will make the save again, though.
Oh, come on. Well, he still takes half damage.
Still takes half. I mean, hey, every little bit helps.
He is, however, going to have to make another will save as MK reaches out into his mind.
Oh.
Just gives him a good thrust in.
That is 27.
Are you fucking kidding me?
This giant is a force of nature.
How is his will save that good?
Oh, they're very smart. This is not like a typical Pathfinder giant that's like dumb and not wise. Still, that'll do a fair amount of damage. He is now bloodied, however, as he staggers back from the psychic recoil there. Zashi.
Behold!
Feels like it's plinking away at him, so we're gonna keep it up. Someday maybe both of them will hit. I just jinxed myself. Oh!
Oh, it's a hit and a crit.
Nice.
Okay, I didn't jinx myself.
All right, 16, and then roll a d6 for how much it's burning. This thing has massive melt wounds throughout its armor at this point. Cost, that is you. Oh, yeah, absolutely hits on a 28.
Got him.
Alright, none of that's reduced or anything. You, boom, slam into his legs. He staggers back. Looks like he is not quite at death's door, but damn close. You want to take a movement or anything? Or I guess that would provoke if you did. Alright. As part of his action, he is going to... Actually, no, he'll do an attack with this. He points at MK, and he's just like, release me from your spell, or this'll be your fate. You see, he just punches the ground, pulls out a huge fucking boulder, and just lobs it at you.
God damn it.
This is versus KAC. Lenny's like, incoming projectile, very large, please dodge. That is 29 against KAC.
My KC is 26.
Alright, that's gonna be a hit then. And give me a will save as well. You take 26 damage and make a will save as you feel the rock is imbued with whatever force he uses to sap souls.
Bullshit. Actually, my KC is 28, but...
Oh, damn, that was very close to missing.
So fucking close. What, sorry, what can I say?
26 and a will save.
Is this a mind-affecting, disease, poison, or sleep effect?
It is none of those. However, that is a pass. Alright.
Fuck you, giant!
That's the Kyle. They see that this guy's looking pretty bad, and she's just like, stand and fight! Open fire! They're all gonna double attack. So I'm just gonna roll a bunch of d20s. Hold on. It's gonna be 8 d20. One rifle and one plasma pistol hit. Nice. Okay. This thing is looking like if you can connect a shot here, Flack, it is very low survival chance at this point. It is barely steady. It's like, no, this isn't right. You are all interlopers. This should have been easy. But now it is Flack. Flackaroonie. Might have stepped away. Let me see. Triple attack. Also, if you are talking Flack, you might just be muted. Oh my god.
Dude, sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna do a triple attack.
There's so many weapons you're holding. What the fuck?
But that is, I think that's just wrong. I need to fix that. So I'm just going to roll 3 times.
Yeah, I would just roll 3d20. That looks like, I don't think that formula's right.
I'll just do it the easy way here. So.
And each one is at what? -4? Or is it just straight? Hold on.
-4.
Okay, so it's
27, 26, 25.
he deflects all of them with his chains.
God damn it.
You saw Koss do it last. It's a 28, and the highest one there is a 27. Oof.
I'm trying, guys.
I mean, you can see that, like, it's not just Flag. Like, these guys are raining laser and ballistics fire on him, and he's just weathering the storm. MK, that is you.
MK uses his telepathic mind link to tell everyone that he thinks Flack might still be under the influence of Keon Reese's mind control.
He's failing on purpose, I know it.
He's trying to throw this thing. Actually, instead, MK will begin casting a spell, and as he does, he shouts at the giant, who should have taken, I think. Wait. No, it hasn't been his turn again.
Yeah. He goes after you.
Yeah. And just says, your false gods won't save you from the light of the alt code. And casts as a full round action, shooting stars.
Oh, yeah, your triune symbol appears. Boom, boom, boom. Bolts streak towards him across the shadow plane. That is just barely enough after the barrage from the Kayals. Falls to his knees. Boom, boom, as his body hits the ground. And we are out of combat.
MK dismisses the tendrils.
Guys, good thing I was there.
Like, you need to take that rifle apart, buddy. See, make sure it's working.
Zashi just takes it, just like picks off a few targets. Everyone gets 6,400 XP for that fight.
Ooh.
Yeah, he was a big boy.
It's more than we got for Keon Reese, and that fight nearly killed us.
Well, you guys kind of screwed him over, but he didn't get a chance to surprise activate his shadow cloak, which would have helped a lot.
Fucking giants.
Yeah, he's scary.
You said 6,400?
Yes, 6,400. The Kayals kind of start to like regroup around you guys. Like, usually we just run and try to hide from them, but I got to admit that was pretty impressive.
Not today, my friends.
Yeah, it's all a day's work for us, you know. It's kind of what we do. We're sort of freelance problem solvers.
She kind of walks up.
Dumpy problems.
She's like, look, I don't know who of you could use this, but I mainly rely on my pistol now. She kind of like taps the plasma pistol. A couple decades back, my mother gave me this to keep our clan safe from the monsters prowling in the shadows. Maybe it'll serve you well. She hands you guys a leather scabbard. Pull out this like ultra thin dagger. She's like, this will help you take out any outsiders you might come across. And this is I'll put it in the chat, this is an evil outsider bane ultra thin dagger.
Very cool.
Outsider Bane. That's interesting.
So basically, Bane fusion enhances power of critical hits. Against the designated foe, they get stunned if you crit them. Yeah, so basically, just if you get a crit with this, it'll really fuck up an outsider. Just like completely stun them in their tracks. Yeah. So that guy's weapons are large size. They're not really much use for you guys. But just because he didn't get to fire it, just the only weapon he didn't use would have been his Tomb class Void Rifle. And it does cold damage, and the critical effect is that it starts to suffocate you.
Tomb class. I love the Shadow Plane.
The Shadow Plane's wild. Alright, so yeah, she hands you that dagger, and she's like, alright, look, Shadow Sky Dock's only 2 days' journey from here. We'll lead you the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Cool.
We appreciate it.
So kind of a bit of a couple hour time jump. She leads you through with like no more dangerous things happening. As she kind of, since you convinced her to help, she is leading you the safest routes. Interestingly though, you guys start to see the sky dock up ahead. And you are in the shadow plane, but something seems off. You can't put your finger on it right. Go ahead and make a perception check. Flack and MK, you put your finger, you realize what is wrong. There's no traffic. No ships are coming and going. And yeah, it's the shadow plane, but from the sound of the Kayal, like there should be spaceships are still a thing in this like mirror image of the universe.
Hey, Valia, where are the ships?
She's like, there should be at least a few more coming and going there, unless I guess the Kuthites could have locked it down a bit tighter, but I don't know why they would.
Can't imagine.
She kind of looks over at all of you. She's like, I thought you fought Eclipse Innovations. Look, they got to some of my people. Maybe they got to the Kuthites too, but they're pretty zealous worshippers. It's not exactly a religion that is easily left.
Well, based on what we've seen from Eclipse Innovations, I think that their beliefs would probably dovetail nicely with those of the Midnight Lord.
She kind of tilts her head at that. She's like, alright, look, I can't go any farther, but you can make it from here. You can see where you're headed. Just be careful, alright? She kind of gathers her band of Kayal, and you see there's like, you can watch them for a little bit, but due to like the strange travel properties of the plane, after a minute or two, they are lost from view. But that brings us to The tower itself up ahead, the Shadow Sky Dock. Towering structure enveloped by layers of shimmering shadow, as if wreathed in untold volumes of smoke. A few humanoid creatures seem to roam the streets around it in an erratic, listless pattern. From a nearby building, a small figure emerges, holding up his hands in a gesture of peace. And before I keep reading that description, I'm gonna show you guys exactly who you're looking at here.
Black shoots him.
Instantly headshots the man as he comes out. He is holding his hands in a gesture of peace.
Great shot, Black.
Finally, I get a hit.
Show to everyone.
Well, I like this pool. Rock.
His glowing yellow eyes and skin, the color of storm clouds, are enough to mark him clearly as a Kayal. Entirely bald, he bears a number of ritual scars, tattoos, and dozens of piercings and symmetrical designs around his head. The markings continue down his neck and disappear under his clothes, only to emerge from his sleeves and extend to the tip of his fingers. Flat studs pierce the backs of his arms in what seems to be agonizing, bone-deep piercings. And bits of metal seem to have been forced into his left hand, giving him wicked, painful-looking claws. Despite all this, he's dressed in ordinary oil-stained mechanic's overalls, and various tools hang from his belt. When he talks, his split tongue and chipped teeth move eerily, belying the sweetness of his voice. "Ah, some well-armed travelers," he says. "Oh, praise the Midnight Lord. My name is Father Gloom, and Shadow Sky Duck is run by me and mine. Well, it wasn't until recently. See, one of my former acolytes turned on us and infected the machines with some kind of virus. And, well, he's claimed the whole dock as his own. Can you imagine the gall of it? It all happened so suddenly, my flock and I barely escaped with our lives. But looking at you four, perhaps Zon Cathan is sent away to deliver us. The Shadow Skydock has tremendous resources, and I'm sure we could come to some agreement about what we could do for you. Kind of tilts his head, glowing eyes looking at you. I promise we have plenty to offer.
So you've recently lost control of the Skydock to some of your followers were led astray. That
I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure why he did it. All I know is he forced us out, by infecting all those machines. We couldn't fight all the machines, so we retreated to back down to street level.
Who was it that did this exactly?
Well, look, let's go back a few days. A couple days back, we picked up a surge of planar energy from Darkside to the southeast. This caused one of my acolytes, Herembor, who is already prone to experimenting with... He kind of, conspiratorially, puts his hand over his mouth like he's whispering, but whispering it to you. It's like, he's experimenting with some of the darker aspects of our religion. He seemed to lose his grip on reality. I've seen similar incidents before, and eventually the victims do fatal harm to themselves. But Herembor somehow transferred his corruption to the dock's mechanical devices. The whole place is a meat grinder. Oh, such suffering I witnessed. Hydraulics' effects on torsos are really something to see. But one doesn't like to see his life's work ruined, so hopefully we can get the dock back under our control.
she's just confused.
If we assist you, could we request a ship to take us off-world?
A ship? Well, I could do you one better than that. Do you know, what is the name of your vessel? Has it docked in Kuvakara these past few months?
MK kind of looks at the group.
Brug.
Our ship is the Celosia. but I'm not sure it's in the shadow plane.
You see he pulls out a data pad. It has like shadows pouring out of like the cracks in it. He taps at it for a few moments. Ah, yes, we do have the schematics on file. An impressive vessel indeed. Although unfortunately with our facilities in such turmoil, how could we possibly help you? But if you clear it out, perhaps we rebuild it. I throw in a few upgrades for your trouble.
But you have our ship?
No, dear boy. Like most ships in the Skydock, I am able to see the physical manifestations of them and what they look like in real space. I have the files right here.
A shadow plane, Zalosha.
Yes, the materials would function. Well, largely they would only function here. In the material plane, you might have some problems, but I mean, what's a little explosive decompression between friends?
Well,
That seems kind of scary, but maybe useful for what we need for right now.
I mean, we're here. We need transport, so. I say go for it.
I'm sure we could help you solve your technical difficulties.
Sounds like we have a deal. He holds out the hand that has like the weirdly, like painfully hammered in metal claws to shake.
Kay just nods and says, we'll take your word for it.
Of course.
I was
We
gonna
recorded
say
this
Flack
entire
tries
conversation.
to jump up and get it, but he's just not tall enough. So before we help you out, could you tell us, maybe give us a little more detail about the facility and the problems we're going to encounter when we get in there? Maybe
How
if you have
many
a map,
people?
that would be helpful.
Oh, of course, I could provide you with a few details. Why not? Well, you see, he kind of calls some people over to discuss. You see, all of his flock are just like weak and pale and like purposefully injured.
And mutters about Cuthites under his breath.
Here we go. He kind of walks you guys over to the actual tower leading up to the station. You see here. The machinery, he kind of touches it and like a spark of darkness goes between his finger and the building like static shock. Well, it seems Harembor's influence is still at work. I believe he is in one of the central hangars. This elevator here should bring you all the way up. Although, as you say, he is unlikely to be alone. He has bent many of our most dangerous machines to his will. And I hope you play a symphony of pain upon the heretic's flesh. Kind of just like breathes heavily for a second. Sorry, but I digress. There's some deconstructor bots that take apart salvage. That's a big thing to look up for. Some repair bots, and Harembor himself, I mean, the man loves power tools, so I'd watch out for that.
Power tools.
Zon Cathan is lawful evil. His like portfolio includes darkness, envy, loss, and pain. Also, if this puts any reference on what he's like as a person, his holy symbol is a skull with a chain running through the eyes, so you can wear it. You can kind of see it looks. That's what his like chin piercing and ear piercings are.
Wow. Don't know what I expected.
Well, if you are ready, I will activate the elevator, and I'm sure we'll see you on the other side.
Do you have any equipment or access keys or anything that could help us once we get down there?
Mostly, I think it's a free-for-all. Although, I suppose you should be careful, or he is a big fan of bodies. Keep an eye out for reanimated corpses as well as the machines. You never know.
Oh dear.
Anything down there that doesn't respond to cold damage?
Well, we Kyals are quite hardy against the cold due to our home environment. As for the robots, well, I can't imagine they were specifically designed for that reason.
Good, good. I'm ready when you guys are. Let's go.
Yeah.
May the Midnight Lord watch over all of you, and visit a symphony of pain upon this heretic. Alright, see you later.
And also with you.
And also with you. So you guys take a space elevator extremely high up through the atmosphere is a bit of a strong word for the shadow plane, but you see you are now among the stars. Well, a strange, almost perversion of the stars. MK, your body kind of thrums in sympathy here as you see like all of these stars of such diluted light. But that being said, I'm going to bring you over to the sky dock.
MK doesn't like this at all.
You guys come in from the elevator at this end. Oh, sorry, I didn't shift ping it. This one. Come on now. Roll 20. MK's got it. Here's the follow-up question. Are you trying to stealth out of the elevator?
Hell yes.
Alright, everyone give me a stealth check. We're looking for a majority of successes. 3 out of 4.
44 is a double success, right?
Well, that's not bad. That 20 over there. Let's see about this thing's perception here. That is a success. So I'll read you the description of what you're looking at, and then I'll point out where people are. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Alright, so you guys are in this central docking area, the hangar floor. It is a wide open space with heavy blast doors to the south. A large section of damaged starship occupies the center of the area, surrounded by portable industrial machinery attached to generators that chug and strain. Long chains, some barbed, others ending with hooks, hang from the ceiling. Some wrapped around machines and some just dangle loosely. The remains of several people are scattered across the floor and even draped across the starship itself. Blood is everywhere, accompanied by the unmistakable smells of ozone and gasoline. Doors lead into 2 self-contained rooms to the east and west. It does not appear that they have spotted you. However, it looks like the priest's worry about undead was the right call. You kind of see, clearly, freshly raised, a couple of shambling mechanics going about their business. Seem to be largely concentrated on the eastern side of the room. There are 4 of them.
MK uses the mind link circlet to ask if we should try to sneak around the left side.
Yeah, that makes sense. Let's do that.
Alright. I'd say make one more group check as you guys start to move around that side. Also, we're in book 3 now, so all the maps are so well lined up. Okay, 17, 18, 31. That is just barely a success again. You guys are able to make it up around the left side of the ship. Are you trying to go in this room? There is another door, but it looks like the zombies are kind of near that one.
Should we just take this ship?
There's a door here, right?
Yes, sorry, I'll reveal a bit more. It's hard to tell sometimes on my layer, but there's a double door there and a double door on the opposite side as well.
I would like to put on my X-ray specs and see if I see anything behind.
Oh yeah, the doors here are actually pretty thin and made more of shadow material than pure metal. So you do see something. Let's get his token on the map. You see there's a robotic creature wandering around. I'm going to put him kind of as just a big image next to your guys' tokens, because I don't have a handout for him, but you see this thing wandering around, just kind of in circles.
It's like a big laser robot in there, guys.
You can see also in this room, there is a number of shelves lining the walls. Various components of computer boards, engine boosters, gyroscopes, shielding panels, stabilizers are lying on the floor or on the shelves. The clutter is thickest in the northwest corner of the room, across from a circular hatch in the floor. You can see this thing is kind of just randomly going in circles. And since you were looking through the door, I'm going to reveal the rest of that room.
There's a big beast in there, guys, but that's all that's in there, other than maybe some interesting portals.
It is about 25, 30 feet from you guys. From the door. 25.
Crack this door open and see if we can remote hack.
Potential.
I can go in and maybe just cause a distraction while you try and remote hack. So let me go in and make kind of a distraction. You pop in and try your remote hack. How does that sound?
Okay. If you pop open the door, Flag, you head in. It seems to not engage with you right away, though it is kind of like its appendage head is like whirling side to side, looking at you.
So I kind of come away to draw his attention away from the door.
Starts
I don't
scuttling
make any
after you.
aggressive moves. I just kind of move over there.
All right. Causes you sneak in behind this creature. Seems focused on Flack. Go ahead and make that check here. Engineering at a range of 20 feet. I don't think he's gonna even get a perception check. He's literally looking the other way. So go ahead and make an engineering check as you try to fix this robot. This thing was already damaged, so that is enough. You see it kind of whir to a halt. Its electric spanner and like hydro drill are kind of just like twitching. What do you guys do?
Did he get it? Did he?
Yeah, it seems to be stuck in place.
All right.
Nice.
Awesome.
So I guess I'll just kind of look around the room and see, what we have here, what this room is, what it does.
Yeah, give me a perception check because you look around. You think a lot of the parts in here would be useful to like build your guys' ship. That being said, there are a few augmentations you could take in here. If you wanted to get like a robot arm, you could have a cybernetic arm augmentation.
Are there any doors out or in? You said there was a.
There's a trap door that seems to lead to like a maintenance tunnel.
Where is that at?
That is.
Is that what this is?
Yeah, it's through there.
We got a maintenance tunnel down here, guys.
Hmm.
Okay. You start trying to reprogram it over there, Koss. Flack, you dip your head in there. It looks like the tunnel goes off in a few directions. It goes north, a little bit south, and then east.
In any of the schematics or information that we got from Father Gloom, does it have any information about where all the or anything else besides what I can see by ducking my head in?
I would say, Koss, as you're trying to reprogram it, make your check to reprogram it, and it'll have that information. This is a repair bot. And it might have the layout of these. Okay. Since you already capacitated it before, you think the easternmost tunnel goes into the room that you guys didn't enter, like across the way.
Okay. It goes east, and then you said it also goes north and then south a little bit?
Yeah, it looks like the north one probably leads to a different dock. The southern one just kind of curves down. It seems to be going like down the station after a few hundred yards.
Yeah, everybody know that.
Okay.
Do we want to finish checking out this floor before we go down the tunnel, or?
Well, I think we can use the tunnel to get over to that other area if we take the east tunnel.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do
good.
that.
Yeah. Stealthily, like.
All right. What is the order you're going in the tunnel?
Black will take front.
Okay. Then Flack is going to be the only one that really sees this at first. I'll reveal that room in a second.
Before we go, MK is going to inject himself with a serum. I don't have it in my roll 20, but it's Shadow Blend serum. So I don't fuck up any stealth rolls.
Fair. We will make a stealth check as everyone goes in.
Black is a ghost.
All right.
God
Oh.
damn it. That's a 10.
Oh boy.
Come on, Koss.
Oh, let's go.
Koss, Russian.
MK almost like bangs his head on the fucking roof here, and Koss, you just grab the back of his neck like, stay still. So the vent kind of comes up here, so it's like a side wall grate. And I'm gonna reveal this room. At the moment, it's hard for anyone to kind of see past Flack, as these tunnels are very narrow, even though he is small. You can see there are, those behind you can see there's a person in there and some robots. Flack, however, sees a much clearer view of the heretic himself, Herambor.
Oh, shit.
I whisper back to them, it's Herambor.
You see there are tools that have been pulled from cabinets. There is just a horrific display. A halo of gore-covered drill bits lies around a handheld drill.
That's totally a nail gun.
Yeah, no, it is. It is an automatic hammer, basically, is what it's called. It drips a line of blood that snakes around an unidentifiable but presumably pulped organ. A circular saw spattered with unidentified liquid leans against a short stack of clean blades. A spool of wires and other fasteners are scattered all around. A metal sink in one corner of the room appears to be filled with a mixture of what looks like one is full of blood and oil, the other may be blood and gasoline.
My body is chrome. My blood is gasoline.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Man, this is my favorite that we've encountered.
You guys see Herambor. Those
Look at
chains
this guy.
are
He's held
securing
by
him.
Chains?
Yeah.
Come on.
Hooks have pierced through his shoulders and attached to the ceiling. You see that he is kind of like slowly like revving the drill and then letting go of the trigger. You see that he was a Kyle, but his eyes are no longer greenish yellow; they are bright red.
Yeah, no, he's a Cenobite for sure.
And you, I'm gonna say everyone can make a perception check to see if you hear him, and I'll put a marker. The purple square is like where you guys come out of it, at the top of that room. Okay, Flack can hear. MK, you're in the back, but you can still hear. See if Koss and Zashi can pick up on it as well. Looks like he is talking to himself.
Of course.
Okay. Anything over 15, we'll let you hear it. So, pain.
Okay.
She told me pain can inspire prophecy. But all this one does is scream. The figure says, his voice distant and cold. You know, I heard her whispers in a dream. She said you'd come. She told me to violate your routine. He kind of looks around. Looks, he doesn't know where you are, but you get the uncomfortable feeling he is talking about you and your party. He shrugs out of a plastic tarp as robots standing in the corner of the room suddenly jerk to life with spastic motion. The chains attached to the former Kyle engineer come alive, lifting him up in the air as blood runs down his limbs.
Jesus.
He wields a nail gun in one hand and a drill in the other that begins a spinning, shrill, metallic sound. Tell me, did I do what she asked? Have I ruined your day yet? You see, he's just basically hovering in the middle of the room while the bots spread out. Does not seem to know where you are.
Okay.
I can fix it.
I don't know what to do here, but I would like to roll in a whole shitload of grenades right now.
Just all the grenades.
I have easily accessible through swift action. Let me see. That's my most devastating thing that I have. All I have really right now is, so I have 3 Mark II incendiary grenades, but I think I'd rather use my Mark II solar flare.
Yeah, they'll hate that.
Oh, he's not gonna like that shit.
Can I ready an action to cast Umbral Tendrils after Flax grenades go off?
I would say yes. You got a good enough perception check and see back. Solar, I think, also does damage.
So I would also like to whisper to Koss, hey, can you give these a little power up? You know how you give things power ups?
Oh no! I knew as soon as you asked. I should have known.
A little bump.
I will specify, crafted using strange metals ejected by the sun and infused with magic from the plane of fire. Solar flare grenades unleash the power of a star.
Nice.
So I am just going to pop up and roll that shit out.
Okay, you roll it. The grate kind of comes off its hinges. You roll the grenade in. What's the radius on that? I think it's...
It is 20 foot. Oh wait, no. Sometimes I mistake that because that's the range to throw it or something. Let me look.
No, I think it still explodes at 20 feet as well.
Okay, then that's what it is.
Okay. That's a lot. I mean, you could most...
I try and get them all, you know.
Yeah, I think from that square you could get all of them. You do still roll to hit the... Okay, I was going to say you could crit, but you don't crit. Okay, so... an extra 2d6 on top of this. So roll an extra 2d6. Already does 17. They are going to try to make saves, but they're kind of flat-footed here. All of them fail. You hear Herambor scream as the room goes blindingly bright for a second. I'm going to subtract their health. And then, let's see, so that was
Also,
27.
if they're a technological object that is powered by electrical means other than charge fails the save, its functions are suppressed for a number of rounds according to the grenade's type.
Oh. Which mark was this?
Mark 2.
Okay, all of the robots overload and shut down for a round.
Nice.
Alright, we are going to roll for initiative here. Let me clear out our order first. We're gonna... So it was Flack, and then what? It's Flack, Zashi, MK, Koss, I think was the order.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm gonna drag you guys to the side here, but oops, didn't mean to drag the square. Flack, you're basically coming out in this square right here. All the robots. Let's see what these guys... Well, robots are going to roll in, but they don't really get anything. Oh, that was actually good. They would have gotten a 19.01, but they can't act in the first round, and Herambor did not do good. He got a 9. Alright, if that is the case, Zashi, you're up first. I will say you can push Flack out of the way, but that first square for you is going to be difficult terrain. So basically, like, once you appear in that purple square, you'll have already moved 10 feet. Over here.
Oh, over there. Okay. And that'll be in the room, and they'll see me and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh. Do you think that that's what we're gonna do? You just make sure. Okay. So I will move into the room. I'll go a little farther. Get out of the way so somebody else can come in. And I will just take 2 shots at this guy in the middle.
Alright, go ahead. He is 20 feet off the ground right now.
It, right?
The top one does, bottom one does not. That's them for 18.
Okay.
Ah, there you all are. Go on, get them. And he kind of points at the robots. The robots all like... They're like kind of just stuck in a loop. So we skip them and go to Flack. Flack, you were in front, so you can just start moving. Like, first 5 foot is that square, then wherever you want to go after.
Yeah, I want to go all the way to my corner here.
Okay, you run over to the corner.
And I want to try my trick attack.
Go for it.
I do not have to. That's a 30 stealth.
30 stealth. That'll do. You also, cost supercharge another grenade if you have one as well.
Oh. Well, I'll save that for now. Since I already started this. 22 hit?
Off of KAC, that pings off of his chains that are hanging in his shoulders.
Can't hit anything!
MK. You were third in the order, so getting to here now, the others have cleared out, is by the time you hit purple, you've gone 10 feet.
Okay. Well, I don't even need 10 feet, because I am going to pop a little umbral tendrils right in the middle of them. Actually, maybe not in the middle. Maybe... Yeah, I just want to hit them with it. So in the middle of them, covering everybody.
Okay. He is 20 feet up, so I don't think it reaches him.
How is it? Well, it's a 20-foot radius spread.
I guess if it's 20-foot radius, it's the tentacles go up then, presumably.
I gotta read the spell because I'm not sure it's a sphere. Like it to be a sphere.
Well, double check that. I'm gonna roll for the robots first. While you're doing that, all 3 robots fail and are entangled.
20-foot radius spread. Within 10 feet of the ground in the area, so he is out of range.
But all his robots got wrapped up, and it's 4d6 on each of them, as well.
That is correct, and they are all entangled.
All right, all entangled. They all take 13. They're all looking close to bloodied already. The robots, at least.
Yeah. I'm gonna duck back into the tunnel and squeeze against the wall to give cost room.
I mean, it is a vent, so it would still be difficult terrain.
Okay. Well, I will step out to the side, ready to jump back in as soon as Goss is out.
Okay. All right. If that is the case, move back in. Cost. That is you then. You were basically 15 feet gets you in the purple circle. Okay, going to the side, you see that he is hovering above from those chains.
Does he look like he has any weapons that are still active?
No, because let me check his gun. I know the drill is battery powered. The nail gun functions as a semi-auto pistol, so the nail gun's working, drill is not.
Well, I will overload his brilliant.
Oh no. You're overloading which one? The drill. That's the better. Okay. So attempt a reflex saving throw to the DC 10 plus half your mechanic level plus your int. Oh, so 17. Sorry, this is up there. That is a fail. What happens to the drill?
It's inactive for 1 round.
Right. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I think you could have. I think honestly, it's technological enough. You could have done that at the gun to deprive him of a ranged attack.
Oh, do that.
Yeah, I would say I'm looking at it and I feel like it functions as a pistol, but it's definitely battery powered. It's a fucking construction tool. So yeah, his stuff is none of his weapons are working, which is very unfortunate. God, can he even do anything?
Probably not. He should probably just kill himself.
I mean, honestly, he'd probably love that. Okay, let's see. He's hovering near the ceiling. Okay. He is going to float down almost angelically on his chains next to Koss. And he's just like, come on. Don't you want to join me in my suffering? Go ahead and make a will save, Koss.
Does he float through the tendrils?
No, he'll float around them.
Damn it.
You feel like he is resonating with you, like something in you is in him as well, but you fight off this weird feeling of sameness. And that's his full turn, baby. It's back to Zashi.
But before the turn change,
Yeah, go ahead.
To him, like, you're kind of hot, but you're not hot enough. No, thank you.
It's so out of pocket that his eyes briefly flicker back to yellow, like a regular Kai. Oh, what? No, it's confusing me. This is no time for that. Alright, Zashi's turn.
I was just gonna ask, are the chains are what's holding him up? That's how he's floating around?
Yep, that is fact.
Can I attempt to shoot down the chains?
Oh, I was hoping someone would. Yes, you can.
Okay. Alright, and that's what I want to do. I'll take one shot at each of them, please.
Okay.
Nice.
Ew.
The 14 does hit the chains. That one unfortunately does not. It looks like the left chain is like, you can see the links are like super heated right now. It looks like maybe any more damage to the left chain will cause it to break.
Okay.
Right chain looks fine though.
I'll yell out, shoot the left chain! Or the chains, or whatever. You know, my friends will get it.
Okay, now it's the robots. They power back up from the solar flare, only to realize that they are fully entangled in these black tentacles. Umbral tentacles, sorry, different spell in this version.
Right.
I mean, I'll tell you, they're so bad at this. Fail, nat 1. They all fail again, so go ahead and roll 4d6 again. They will all take it. As they try to, like, wade through the tentacles, they just don't move. Oh my god! Hell of a roll! They all drop below bloodied with that.
Shit.
God damn, that is... I mean, effectively it was 60 damage in your turn. Or not even on your turn, that was on their turn.
Okay, flexes.
You guys see the robots are like, they're starting to creak as the tentacles are just pulling them apart. You see MK's kind of in the background, like, miming with his hands the action of, like, pulling things as he just shreds the robots with his magic. Wow, that was a useless turn for them. Flack.
Okay, Flack is going to run to here.
Okay.
Hody-do.
I am intrigued.
Here, and he's going to throw a frag grenade 4.
Oh god, it's supercharged too. Okay.
Which is supercharged.
Oh my god. I think that's the biggest grenade we've ever thrown.
And I'm going to throw it. I'm going to throw it where it's about here. So
Okay.
it's this robot, and our friend over here.
Yeah, he floated to the ground. It would still get him. Okay. Also, if it's red, like that's a low number just because you rolled a1, but it's still 20 damage. Oh, then add 2d6 on top of that too from Flack. Or from Koss. Flack adds the 2d6 for Koss. 28. Oh my god.
Were those D6s? That's still a great roll.
Yeah, that's...
4, 3, 1, 4, 4.
Yeah, the 1 makes it look bad just because that's how the sheet works, but like that's a good breakdown, honestly. Alright, the 2 robots here take another 20, and so does Herambor. Herambor is not quite... 28, sorry, yes. Herambor is not quite bloodied yet. The 2 robots on the right look like they're one shot from going down. That brings us to MK.
Well, MK is not much of a shot. So... I'm gonna try a spell that I haven't used before.
Oh, okay.
It's still gonna be a will save, but I'm gonna reach out and just try to daze him.
Herambor?
So, yeah.
Okay.
So, this is Daze Monster. The spell short circuits the mind of a humanoid. Oh, shit.
I need everyone to know how useless his defense. So all Kyals have an ability called Shadow Blending, which while the area is dim, they get 20% mischance. It hasn't come up once because you guys have just AoE'd him over and over again, used a spell, and then shot his chains and not him. It's like his most powerful ability has not done anything. Okay, so CR.
So if he's CR 6 or higher, which I don't know.
He is higher than 6.
Ah, dick. It's really frustrating that there's no way to figure that out without casting the spell. But, you know.
I feel like
Pop back into the vent.
I feel like we could work out what check that would be later. I feel like that should be a check rather than just burning a slot. All right.
Anyway.
With that in mind, though, that is costs. He's still right in front of you. Also, shout out to Sirenscape and all their Cthulhu stuff, because, man, it is a good soundtrack for this game.
Before I attack, I'm like, you know how like people twirl their hair? He will instead slide a finger down the silver horn. I'm like, are you sure you don't just want to join us instead of fighting us?
Are you trying to convince him?
Sure.
Okay, this is gonna be hard because he's corrupted, but not impossible. Go ahead and make a diplomacy check on him.
I like where this is going.
That is not enough, unfortunately. He's just like, no. She wouldn't agree with that. She said just to stop you. You guys also, he keeps talking about her. He worships Zon-Cathon. Zon-Cathon's male. So whatever the fuck, he's not talking about Zon. Good old Zon.
He's a cheater.
Oh, real quick,
Yeah, you can. I'd say, go ahead.
I'll combat tracking as a move action.
Okay, you start glowing. He's gonna come back to his senses here. He's gonna 5-foot float up, but he's still close enough, and he is going to restart the drill, and he's going to try and just drill into Koss. I cannot believe he fucked that. Koss, what is your KAC?
Because of the negative level, it is now a 25.
I can't believe he fucked that up. He has such a high bonus. You eye tracking, you're look at him, you see he's gonna go in for like the right shoulder, and you just sidestep it and slap the drill away with the flat of your hand. He is going to ready something to happen, but he's not going to do it right now. Zashi.
Still floating around on those chains?
Yes, he is about 10 feet off the ground right now.
Alright. Gonna fire one at each of them. Again.
All right. Oh. Honestly, this right one's weakened and still has like 4 HP, but I feel like with the amount it's been hit and the left one giving, he collapses to the floor as the molten metal just snaps apart. He is no longer flying. Does he land? He does land it, however.
Alright. Have at him, guys.
Alright, this is the robots, and potentially their last turn if they fail this wisdom save. Fail. Oh my god. Like, they're bad, but they shouldn't be this bad. Okay, so roll 4d6. This might finish off the 2 most injured ones. So, solid chance that it would. For MK, if you want to roll that 4d6.
Oh, right.
No, you're good.
Oh,
11. That is just barely going to be enough for the other two, but one of them's still alive. The tentacles just kind of pop the heads off of these two repair bots, and in a shower of sparks, they shut down. Good God, this is there. You guys are stomping them this fight. Flack.
Flack is going to cross the room into this corner and do his trick attack.
Okay. This time it might actually come up. His mischance.
32.
That'll do.
29 hit.
That will hit. Go ahead and roll a D100. You just don't want 81 to 100.
Oh, hold on. I can do something.
Or I guess a D4 would work as well. You just don't want 4. Either, however you want to type it, it's fine with me. That'll go through. Bullet just slams into his back as he is looking at Koss. Koss, you see like more red blood starts trickling down his gown. 27. He is most assuredly bloody now. Brings us to MK.
Well, I've tried everything else. I guess I'll just mind thrust him. It's gonna
All
be
right.
a DC 21.
Well, he got a 17.
Good. I hope this hurts.
Thoughts of Triune flood his mind. Let's see what this does. Oh! Insane rolls. I didn't think it was going to finish him, but he drops to the floor. Just the biggest grin plastered across his face as he falls limp, and the chains kind of clatter to the ground. You guys hear thump, thump, thump. The zombies collapse outside as you see a rush of shadow energy kind of disperse and leave this area.
Cool.
This house is clean.
So I'm actually just gonna give you guys XP for the robot, the zombies, and him and the.
Is there one robot left?
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot to even see him.
Killer! Killer!
Cost. There's one robot over here that is barely alive from all the tentacles that it has taken.
I think I can dismiss the tentacles.
Okay. Tentacles vanish.
Yeah, Koss attacked the robot, but he says this first. And I'm not gonna say it.
Hold on, I gotta like set up a screenshot where his picture is next to that statement. Hold on, I got this.
Got it.
Where is it? So good. Okay.
Pass on the drilling.
So he's dead. Are you gonna do anything to the robot, or? I mean, Zashi's probably gonna shoot it anyway. Up to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna transfer combat tracking to the robot and then shoot it with the pacifier.
Hell yeah. Eye focuses up on the remaining robot. Wait, actually, if you haven't dismissed the spell, that might hit because it would still be entangled. Let me check. That does hit if it's still entangled, so we can say that it still has enough tentacles to be that. Last thing, you pull out the rifle. You've had this rifle for, months and almost a year in this world, and it's all reliable. Crack goes through. This thing's head spins away into the dark. And we are out of combat for real now. Let me add up. There's a lot of people to add up at once. Give me 1 second here. Okay, so you guys decommissioned the deconstructor bot successfully.
Yeah, canceled that ass.
Then you guys dealt with effectively the zombies because you killed the boss that makes them stop.
That's nice.
Then you killed 3 repair bots. This is gonna feel like so much XP for such an easier fight.
I'm not mad.
Everyone gets 12,800 XP.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Yeah. And Herrenbor the Heretic is dealt with.
That's 24,000 XP tonight.
Dude, we're in high level. We're getting high level stuff right now. XP's insane.
I know, another night like this and we'll hit 12.
All right.
Heretic.
Well, as you guys catch your breath, now that this shadow stuff has dissipated, you can go back to Father Gloom at your leisure. But he would tell you basically that he's like that it's going to take 2 days for the Kyle workers to get the dock cleaned up and back online. He gives you guys like a comfortable place in the city to rest. Comfortable by his sense, you know, it's very Spartan, but it doesn't have any religious accoutrement. Just like a very like, you know, chamber with like a bare cot and a blanket, just like very basic.
Good enough.
So he hands you the plans, what you want to add. Effectively, at no cost and within the next 2 days, they will build a tier 11 version of your starship that only functions in the shadow plane.
Are we gonna get some kind of crazy
And
SM Doppler with it?
oh, hold on, I'm gonna put that on my to-do list. Now I gotta make a new image from Hero Lab for and I gotta think of a name for him, but anti-Doppler.
Kinky
The other
Doppler.
thing is, like, where are we going? Right?
That's the thing. Like, we gotta.
Where's our destination?
You're not sure yet, but also I will say, you guys will be able to build this in between this session and next for the you know, the ship. Drift travel doesn't work here, so you have extra build points you could spend on this upgraded ship because you don't need drift engines. So tier 11, build it however you want. It could be basically the same, just an upgrade, up to you.
I dislike that intensely.
Well, okay. I mean, drift engine upgrades are tough. Like, okay. I got a lot of.
Fair enough. Well, kind of as these days pass, we'll see. You know, out of character, you guys have told him what you want. But he kind of begins to tell you that he's like, look, no, he's more cheerful than that. He's like, well, you know, if you're looking to get back to the material, it sometimes helps to be near where you want to come back. So if you want to go to the Pact Worlds, the best place to head would be the Shadow Pact Worlds. Now, with that in mind, I hope you will forgive this intrusion of your privacy, but I did pray for some divinations upon your journeys. I confess I was very confused, as all of you, to my knowledge, aren't bound for this plane upon Pharasma's judgment, but does Elysium mean anything to you?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like MK at least would definitely know the basics of what Elysium is or claims to be.
true. Yeah, you know the basics of that plane. You'd also know that is the resort.
Yeah.
New Elysium.
Yeah, Elysium. I was thinking of the plane, not the.
Well, that's a good question. If it's New Elysium, what was Old Elysium? Do we know that?
I think you would know it old. It's like one of the afterlife planes.
I think it's like. The
I think it's neutral good or chaotic good. It's one of those two.
Okay. I think you're right. I think it's neutral good because
Heaven is lawful. No, I think Elysium's chaotic, and then like Nirvana or something is neutral. I don't play a lot of neutral good characters, so.
Yeah.
I don't play a lot of good characters.
But before you guys kind of,
All
you
my
know,
characters go to hell.
with this in mind, you guys can begin heading toward the station, but he does pull you aside on the way. Specifically, he grabs Flack and Koss. Look, I'm truly grateful for your help, and I'm sure you've suffered somewhat on the journey, and I understand you're afraid of the corruption within you two. It sleeps in some, it rages in others. But there are ways to master the power without giving in. If you two wish, I could perform a ritual, grant you the Midnight Lord's blessing, allow you to overcome the drawbacks of the shadows living inside of you. Beware, though. This will not cure your corruption. It might even tempt you closer to allowing the shadow to swallow your souls. In addition, I must stress the ritual requires you endure just the tiniest taste of pain, a gift from the Midnight Father to serve as a reminder of your time with us. Basically,
Pass on that? Pass on that?
so like I know I'm kind of keeping some of the negatives behind the DM screen and like implementing them in ways you aren't always seeing. But essentially, if you guys succeeded a fortitude save here, with Father Gloom's help, it would repress some of the drawbacks. So like instead of like, you know, whatever the drawback is for getting cold resistance, that would go away and you just have cold resistance. But yeah, up to Flack and Koss. You don't have to.
Koss is tempted, but he will ask, what is Zon-Kutan's relationship with the Black Butterfly?
With the what? Zon-Kutan's relationship with who?
Black Butterfly.
Let me see. It's an Imperial Lord, I'm pretty sure. Which are like minor gods. I'm trying to remember. I know it's an Imperial Lord. I'm trying to remember how he sees her. For those who don't know, the Black Butterfly is basically also called Pharasma's shadow. Desna's shadow. If Desna is the goddess of stars, Black Butterfly is the goddess of the space between the stars. She's very... I think... Yeah, he would know. He's got a religion. He would tell you... He frowns. The Black Butterfly is... rather an anathema to Zon-Kutan. Whereas he appreciates law and pain and the evils there within... She abhors evil and wages a war to defend the galaxy from such things. They are certainly two opposing deities. Does that matter?
I'm neutral, so that's fine.
Very well, if you accept, we will simply do a... Well, would you prefer a piercing or a tattoo?
Ooh, a tattoo.
All right. He brings you to a Zon Chthon Akuthite temple and has you lie down on the altar while he like pulls out like a tattoo gun. Not gonna tell you the DC, but Koss, go ahead and make a fortitude save. Just get a second septum piercing with the bowl. Okay, on a 13, you are a bit more corrupt than Flack is. You think that's maybe repressing some of the bad stuff, but not all of it.
Nice.
Okay. So we're coming up on a good stopping point here. But yeah, basically, how am I gonna put this? I'll message you later and explain like what is being resisted for costs. But with this in mind, do you guys set out for Pact Worlds, for New Elysium? I mean, New Elysium's in the Pact Worlds, it's in the diaspora.
We want to go wherever we think there's a portal that we can use to get back to the material. Where's the most obvious place?
Likely, just because of the concentration of magic and planar overlap, it would be the Pact Worlds, which Father Gloom would tell you. And also, he basically prophesized about something about Elysium, but if you want just a portal, that's your best bet.
Father Gloom, Hamburger the Heretic talked about a woman, or he kept mentioning her. Do you know what that was about? We didn't really get a chance to talk to him.
He mentioned a woman? Zon Chthon has appeared in many guises in our mythology, but in the Holy Scriptures, I don't think he's ever taken the form of a woman before.
Has your congregation ever had any dealings with, well... No, never mind. That's all. We'll be on our way.
Very well.
Someone else has questions.
May the Midnight Lord bless all of you. Alright. So, you guys have time to heal up anything if you're even that injured. I know you guys kind of stomped that fight. But you start to make your way through, not the drift this time, just through space. And it seems to be almost faster than drift travel. After only about 3 days, you guys make it to the shadow version of the diaspora. The belt of asteroids that kind of bisects the Pact Worlds. So a few things happen at once as you begin to reach the asteroids. An asteroid drifts out of your path, and you see something you would never expect to happen in the material. In the midst of the asteroids, you see a chained human heart floating amidst the asteroids.
What the fuck?
Similarly, as you see that, but it's still not quite as close in the picture. You still have like a ways to go. As that happens, you guys hear something on your radio comes on. First time you've been contacted since you've been in here. Welcome to the Shadow Plane, unknown vessel. We invite you to partake of our carnal experiences, never known to your kind. Lower your shields now and be embraced.
No, Donka.
I don't want to see any of the sights you want to show me.
No.
And then as he kind of hear like, you have 1 minute to comply. This is the Velstrak Tormentor signing off. You guys remember the Velstrak are those nightmare creatures that you fought before. You fought one outside the facility. You fought one back in New Elysium. It was, making people have nightmares. And it appears that one of them is piloting a starship directly behind you.
Yeah, a bunch of pussies. Let's go. Go.
And with that, that's a good place really to leave off for tonight, because that's going to be a long space battle. And you guys will have time to get your level 11 ship sorted for that combat. Any questions before we begin? Or before we end, I guess. Not begin.
Are there any shadow plane restrictions on how we upgrade this Legion?
Oh, none at all. If you can find it on the list, you can get anything you want. You get this weird sense that Father Gloom is like somewhat using technology and somewhat like literally using the shadow stuff that makes up this plane to like pull materials out of the ether.
I don't like it.
Fair. All right. Well, with that being said, good session, guys, and I will see you all next week.
Alright,
I will not be here next week.
Oh yes, we might take a gap. We'll see how it all works out. But we'll figure that out later. Talk to you guys at some point then.